Oh, wait. Yep. Might help if I did that. Oh, you even get to see some of the room you don't get to see. All right, there we go. Wait, why am I? No, I'm good. Howdy, folks. Well, this is a surprise, ain't it? Yeah, it's a live Q&A session. So, let's see here. I almost forgot to bring chat up on this other screen. So, Frank Tancredio is on his way home tonight. Jason's on his way home tonight. Jason and others are hanging out in St. Louis tonight. St. Louis? Yeah, St. Louis. St. Louis, Missouri. And they're hanging out at Kyle's. And Paul is spending time with his wife. So, once he gets off the plane. So, I reached out and I went, hey, y'all planning anything? They went, nope. I'm like, cool, mind if I take over? They were like, go for it, have fun. So here we are, live for not Fridays with Frank, special Sundays with Frank. Live Q&A session. And I may bring in a special guest. I don't know. We'll see. Said he's eating dinner, but he's close by, so maybe we'll have a special guest in here. Who knows? Anyway, you guys got questions, or let's have it. Let's see here. Pepe's also hanging out in the sunshine on the hotel veranda. Fantastic. Pepe, I saw a photo of you the other day on Prepham Paul's social media. Nice to put a face to the social crowd. Well, just hang out and have some fun, Pepe. You never know what we'll talk about here. We'll be open to anything and everything. And as I said, I may bring on a special guest. We might actually. You want to know something? Yeah. Let's do this. Invite a guest. Copy the link. There, guest invited. So we'll see what happens there. We may have scene switching going on here. Hey, Gary, good to see you in there. Welcome. And oh, hey, we got the Twitch side coming in. How you doing tonight? How you doing? I know who that is, but I'm not going to give it away. So, how you doing tonight, bro? You doing good? And I am in Discord. Let me make sure that my Discord audio... no, my Discord audio isn't fully working. Let's unmute myself. There we go. Now Discord audio is fully working. Let's enable that. And I'm setting up my... setting up so that if the guest comes in, I have them ready to go here. Let's go start that. And yeah, okay. Very cool. Well, have fun at your little bro's house and enjoy hamming away right now, because it's a great time to be doing stuff on ham radio. So, you guys got questions. I got chat right in front of me, and yeah, let's see who has any fun questions. I don't see anyone yet, but oh no, actually no, I do see someone. Pepe, how was Hamvention for you, Pepe? What did you think of Hamvention? I want to know that. What did you think of Hamvention? Was it the I don't want to embed. Jeez. Let's see here, Matt. I'm planning how to reorganize my ham shack. I also have to replace the coax on a G5 RV. Ooh, well, replace the coax with Messi and Poloni and use Mike's code. Is it K8MRD10, I think? To get 10% off of it. Oh, what button? Okay, I didn't press the button. Good. Whew. Got scared there for a second that I pressed the wrong button or something on my Stream Deck. Oh, boy. Yeah. And reorganizing Ham Shack, that is always a nightmare because you get to undo all the bundles of cables and yeah, that gets nuts. Oh, you're gonna have the sister-in-law help with the build. Fantastic. Wonderful. That is always good. Oh, yeah. No. I don't expect a master thesis out of you, Pepe. Just, here, give me 3 bullet points of what was good. 1, 2, 3. What was good about Hamvention for you? There you go. Oh, it's K8MRD10 for the ABR. Okay. I don't remember what his Messi and Poloni discount is, then. I thought it was K8MRD as well for that, but, I guess not. Already done on, which part? Reorganizing the ham shack, tearing it apart, or replacing the coax? Oh, yeah, the rat's nest is never fun. Never fun at all. Alright, let me... Come on, mute that, pause that, and let's see. Does he list it all the time in here? I don't know. I'm let's see. Oh, yeah, use K8MRD for 10% off at Messi.it or K8MRD... yeah, K8MRD at Messi.it. So, there you go. Or MP10 at Gigaparts for Mike's codes. There we go. You know, to be honest, unless you have OCD like I do, yeah, most women are better at placement and organization. I'm sorry, it's just true. It's true. All right, let's see. Meeting hymns I know from radio or YouTube. That is a good one. Absolutely, Pepe. Visiting a hamfest you didn't know. Okay. There you go. Oh, Gary, you're doing great. Fantastic. Yeah. I couldn't remember which code it was exactly. Let's see here. Dawn, you added some shelving in your shack last week, and you still need to do more to get stuff off the floor. It's getting better. That's good. Dawn, when you're done with that, we need a shack tour video. Like an all done, properly done shack tour video. I should probably do that, but I'm planning on getting the studio shack changed up again. So I'm not going to do that until, you know, final form or whatever. Let's see here. Already done on the coax front. After the Potoflex 7, it's all I use. Okay. So, yeah. Potoflex 7's good, absolutely. Ah. Jeff, yo. You have messages, Jeff. Or a message. Yeah. Let's see here. Meeting a Swiss ham you didn't know so far. He surprisingly contacted you today. Oh, on the last day even. That's even better, Pepe. So you guys got to meet up, hopefully? Yeah? Let's see here. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. New contact every time. Absolutely. Brian, you have it 100%. No shack is ever done. Always a work in progress. All right, Jeff, sounds good. Let's see here. To Dawn, the only big announcement was the new Yazo repeater. The other big guys' announcements really did not impress. Waiting for smaller vendor videos coming. Yes, it will work on your iPad, Jeff. It just uses browser, so you're good. Dawn, yeah, you know, Ray's a good guy. I like Ray. I like ICOM. I like Yazu. I'm brand agnostic in the radio world. You know that. Yes, I have a majority Motorola, but I'm mostly brand agnostic when it comes to actual ham gear. The XO26 unveiling, well, that was just the same thing that was in the video teaser. It literally was a big nothing burger as far as I'm concerned. I don't blame Ray for that. That's an ICOM thing. They should have had a little something more, like they did with the 7760. That I liked. That was clever. That was genius. This, oh yeah, it's and they had to put a plastic molded box in a glass case. Really? Why? That's my question. Why? What's in the box that they didn't want people looking at? If it's out there not under glass, you can go and you can pick it up and you can feel it and you can look around and all that sort of stuff. But if it's under glass, there's something in it and they don't want you touching it. What was in it? That's what I want to know. Let's see. At least Kenwood gave us an availability date of September. Yeah, after 2 years, Dave. After 2 years. Jeez, yeah. Okay.
No audio.
I can hear you, Jeff.
I can't hear you.
Oh. Okay, now you should be able to hear me. Alright, now you should be able to hear me.
Now I can hear you.
Alright, are you going to do video or no?
Yeah, I'm on my iPad, so I'm in the hotel room, so sure.
Okay, let me know when you have...
I'm decent.
Okay, because I don't see any video from you yet.
Oh, how about now? I stopped it, then turned it back on.
Nope. Go down to the settings, the gear icon, and make sure you have video source lined up there.
On camera.
It's showing from... That's weird. It's not... Okay, that's weird because it's not showing me any video from you at all.
Back camera. You can see my feet.
Nope. We literally have nothing. Oh, there you are. Now we see you.
I think I'm delayed, but I'll deal with it.
No, what it is for some reason the studio screen that I use wasn't showing you, but when I switched over to the actual scene, you were there.
Okay, cool.
So that's why that was. Oh, and you guys, I just realized you guys can see the corner of my Mac Air mouse and keyboard over here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me catch up with the comments here real quick, Jeff, and then I'm gonna switch over to you. You're on screen now. Let's see here. Don has the 7300 Mark II. He likes it. The 5200 was... I don't think the 5200 was too confusing. The 750 from Kenwood, that's interesting. It seems like they're trying to reinvent the wheel and not doing well. Let's see. You don't get Wi-Fi in a mobile radio. I just don't. Never really use it in 705. And so, Don, I can see it in, say you have your phone up on your dash. You can remote control the radio that's in the trunk with your phone. That's how I see that. All right. So, while I slightly adjust my camera view here. There we go. Hi, Jeff. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
So, this was your first year at Hamvention?
Yep.
All right. Tell us all the deep, dark, dirty secrets of what you think of Hamvention and what people did.
All right, first of all, people are flipping weird. Some normal people, some weird people, but we're all amateur radio operators, so whatever you think, Yeah, we're all amateur radio operators. So, but other than that, it was a lot of fun. A lot of walking. My shoulders were killing me after a long day each night, carrying my backpack and everything I had in there. Not everything I had, but whatever I had in there. After the first day, I lightened the load a little bit, but it still didn't help out. So, um, yeah, I got if I want to go back next year, I got to figure out a new way to carry stuff and get easy access to my stickers. Stickers. That's a big thing.
So I have found that the harness that both Joshes wear, Ham Radio Crash Course Josh turned on Ham Shack TV. Josh did a harness for for the radios, and then there's a little pocket for the stickers.
Yeah, it's called a chest rig.
Yeah.
They use them like in military stuff. That's where they came from.
Okay. I just know them as harnesses. So
Yeah, well, the chest rig sits right on your chest. And then you have the harness that holds it onto your body. So yeah,
yeah. So
and it goes.
you have that, and then the stickers just right there in that center pouch.
Yeah, I have a chest rig at home. Funny thing is, do I bring like the chest rig that everyone like has, like it's like the larger fanny pack that's like sits on your chest, or bring like I think I have an AK AR chest rig that holds magazines, so it has pouches, and I could have everything in pouches and a radio in a pouch. That'd be kind of funny, but I don't know. We'll see what happens next year. It's still a year away, so.
Right. Okay. So, what were some of the cons besides having to adjust how you carried stuff and whatnot? What were some of the cons of the con?
Cons of that,
Yeah.
or
Of the whole
the
show.
conference?
Yeah.
Um, I believe they have. I would have loved to have camped out there. I don't have the means to do it. The camping was done. I think there was some stuff up by the front gate, and I don't know what that was for. But most of it was like in the back, and it didn't seem like they had a large area for that to be done. Not like it's like Montesano or anything.
Right.
But it would have been cool if it was bigger. Maybe I was thinking that it might be out the front, but to get there, you got to go through the back gate.
Of course.
Or you have to walk through the entire place to get to Jason's camper.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
Got to walk the whole forum and the whole Greene County Convention Fairground thing.
Yeah. I got to reply. Okay, I can't reply to the chat in chat, so I'll just say, Dave, thank you for the contact today. No, I'm not going to go to Huntsville. I don't think I get a place to stay, and I would have to figure out something else to who to handle my dogs when I'm gone. So no, don't say boarding kennel or stuff like that. I know the horrors of what actually happens there.
Oh yeah.
Past experiences of my father and my ex. So no.
So I will jump to questions more towards the end tonight. I don't know how long I'm actually going to go, because Frank's not streaming, Jason's not streaming, and Paul's not streaming. So I'm literally...
Yeah, they're all traveling right now. They're all on their way back.
Oh, Paul and Frank should be home by now. It's Jason that drove out.
That's right. They flew. I think Paul, Frank, and Rob all flew in, I believe. Jason drove. He had his truck there.
Yeah, Jason drove. The rest of them.
Drove.
The rest of them all flew out on the same flight. I don't know if they all got the same flight back, but and Michael also drove, Getting Out in Life.
Michael, which Michael?
Getting Out in Life, KF5L DJ.
Didn't see him.
He hung around Prep and Paul quite a bit.
All right. Bricker was with Paul a lot. I don't know. My big thing was not to do interviews like that. I know a lot of people do interviews, try to get scoop on new stuff, and that's cool and everything. I did go to the ICOM event Thursday. There's some cool stuff. There was a lot of talk about stuff, about competitors.
Right.
and their friendliness to people, but um, I think I need a change in radio gear. And I'll just say it right now. I think the 5200 seems like that's going to be a nice radio. I was thinking that they would probably have it there, and they did. They have a working prototype. Um, if you haven't seen the videos, it's going to have APRS. It's going to have a KISS TNC from the start. The APRS will not be there to begin with. It's going to be a firmware update. From what I saw and what I could hear during the presentation, I haven't watched any videos. I've been too busy. But it seems like it's going to be a nice radio. Um, People are kind of wondering if it's going to have like a map with the APRS stuff on there. I do not know. As for the X026, I knew they were going to have a dummy unit there.
Right.
So there will be, and there's there's literally zero information on it. The only information we saw was what its size is going to be, and that's what the dummy unit represented. So there was that. But Ray doesn't even have information. I hung out with Ray, and he says he has no information about it, unless that's what he's saying. Now, he says the big reveal will be at the Tokyo Ham Fair in end of August.
So before I get to Matt's comment here and some of the comments below that, did you hear what I said about the X26 before you came on?
I might have missed it. I probably heard it, but I probably went in one ear and out the other.
I know you can't answer this, but why did they have it under glass if it was just injection molded or 3D printed resemblance of what it could be? What are they hiding in it that's already there? That's the key point I would have asked.
1 second. Don, it's not going to be it'll have D-Star, yes. It's going to also have APRS, not DPRS, whatever they have, or whatever their other radios have. I believe it's going to have D-Star. I've never been a big D-Star person because I've never owned a ICOM radio. I've played around with it with OpenSpot 4 Pro. As for the model there, Kenwood did the same thing. When they first released the TMD 750.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the model number. And I can't tell you the reasons why. I can only guess it is still in development. I mean, they have like the basic idea of it.
Right.
So they have that. So they want to get the hype up for the new radio, whatever it's going to be. So I can only guess because I'm not in the radio industry, so I don't know what their thinking is. But I can only think is that they want to get the announcement out before, like, the big reveal, which will be at Tokyo. So they have a dummy unit. Yes, and the size was subject to change, but most likely that's what it will be. I think Kenwood did the same. They did the same thing, and it was roughly the same size. Now, yes, it could get a little smaller, a little bit bigger, but just by going what they have now, there's a lot of people that were asking what is it going to be, and Ray says, "I'll take all your answers. What you think it's going to be."
Probably to help give suggestions to ICOM corporate to help incorporate new things, hopefully.
Yeah. People say it would be the replacement for the IC 7000 or the IC 7100. They also mentioned some other radio, which I don't remember, or I think it was 706.
Yeah.
But it's going to have a detachable. The head will be detached. I don't know if it will be attachable. It was the secondary box of it was just all around. There was no sign of whatever. There's nothing on the back either. It was all smooth all the way around.
Interesting. All right, so Matt wants to know, how many miles did you walk, and did you get a pork chop sandwich?
I don't know how many miles I walked. I did count the steps. I don't remember what they were. I'd have to look it up, but I felt like I walked a lot. Walking from the park, we actually had media passes. You get to park a little bit forward, a little closer than the normal parking. But we did walk from like one of the fairgrounds to the other. I did not go into the boneyard. I had no desire, but I talked to people that were in there. Some of them found some good deals. I'm not going to talk about the deals that people found, but some of them found very good deals, and I was surprised. But I didn't want anything. The only thing I wanted, I got day one at 8 a.m. or 8:30, whatever it was. No, I did not get a pork chop sandwich. I'm not a big pork chop eater. I like bacon. I like pork in like my Chinese food, if it's pork. Or, but I'm just not a big pork chop person. We only had lunch there once. Other times we actually brought food. It was Tim Grayman Poda's idea to bring sandwiches. He just thought the prices were a bit high, but
Well, they are.
I saw the prices for stuff, and I'm like, yeah, it's like food truck prices. So what are you going to expect?
Exactly.
But there was a lot of choices to choose from. I was surprised. I think I got a sirloin burger. That was pretty decent. I was dying for some French fries. This one cart had like French fries or truck, whatever, and they smelled really good. I don't know if anyone got them and ate them, but they also had fried cheese. And I wanted some fried cheese.
Ooh.
I wanted to see what it was at least.
That sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. I would have gone for the pork chop or the gyros.
I heard the gyros weren't that good. Gyros, heroes, whatever. I heard they weren't that good.
According to others, they have become the new pork chop, but to each their own, right?
Yeah, I mean, some people might like them, some people may not. I've never been a fan of them. I think they kind of smell, if I can remember correctly. I've just never been a fan. I never wanted to eat one.
It's
So
basically shredded lamb with tzatziki sauce.
yeah,
You
yeah, I
know,
know what it is. I just not like no desire to eat it.
yeah, fair enough. Let's see here. Yeah, Hollywood. I finally yesterday decided time to go back to. Well, it's doubly now, but yeah, time to go back to the fresh shave. Absolutely. Don says the 5200 would be cool if you could Bluetooth a keyboard to it. That would be a killer feature. Don, I'm hoping there would be an upgrade to that, a firmware update, and they would do it that way. But APRS is going to be a firmware update, so maybe.
I did not see the screen for APRS, like how you type in a message. I don't know if that was on there or not. It might have been like just had some basic stuff on there, but I was told by Rob, Digital Rancher, that it was actually beginning out APRS.
Oh, okay. So we know it was because Smart Jason and I think Jason 2.0 sat there and were able to send it messages and see them pop up.
Okay.
So
Again, I have not seen any videos. I've been too busy. I was busy all day talking to people.
right.
Oh,
So
I talked to your buddy Mark,
oh yes,
Mr. Boondock Echo. He is very cool. Talked to him for a bit. Me and Rob, actually, Rob, Digital Rancher, we talked to him for a bit about. Rob wants to use his stuff for some stuff for satellite.
Yeah.
Him and Mesh Dealer Dave are working on some kind of project. I don't know if it's a combined thing or if it's just what Digital Rancher wants to do. Uh,
I don't know much about it, but I think it's a combined project, and it's something that they're going to present to Chris, technology Chris, Atlas owner.
okay, Chris Bricker.
Yeah,
Right.
Bricker House, Bricker. They're working on that and going to present it to him because Rob made mention in one of his recent live streams that him and Dave are working on something that Bricker would absolutely love.
Cool.
So might be
Um,
that.
it might be, but I know Digital Rancher wanted to do something with satellites because he says he does record stuff with a digital recorder. And actually, I don't know if he did it during the Hamvention, any satellite passes during the Hamvention during the day. But last night at the Troll Pub, he did do a satellite. I don't remember which one it was. I think he only made 2 contacts through there. But
Of course he did. He had that arrow antenna sitting right there, right like that.
nope, he had the elk antenna, and I asked him what it was. He goes, "Here, pick it up. It's the elk." And I'm like, "Cool." I picked it up. I was like, "Dang, that's freaking light." And we talked a little bit about the antenna and how he's getting. I think his daughter. I think if I remember correctly, how she was using it. So it was pretty cool. Definitely, if I was going to go satellite, I would get the elk antenna. It is very light.
Yeah,
Skip
that's
the arrow.
that's there. Don likes the QWERTY keyboard. He doesn't like the old school T9 where you got to go.
No, that's annoying as heck. Because you have to sometimes I'll be trying to get like the certain letter and then I'll pass it. I'm like, gosh darn it! I have
Right.
to go like go cycle around again. It would be nice if it's a QWERTY keyboard, not like Yace's where it's A B C D E F G H I
Right.
J etc.
Yeah, that
Um,
that just ugh.
yeah, it's annoying as heck. And what I do for like APRS Thursday,
Right.
I just go back to the last message and reply to it. So I just send the same things over and over again because typing is a pain in the rear end. And I will only retype a message or change the message if it's like New Year's or some big holiday. Maybe I don't know.
Fair enough. Andy, what can send and receive pictures? The 5200? Because if so, that's something you know that none of us do.
Or if it can, I don't know.
Well,
I don't
Andy
think it's going
says,
to be able to send and receive pictures. Um,
yeah, Andy says
it
it
has
can. So, what's
well,
it, Andy? Oh, the 5200. Okay, he says yes.
I don't know because I don't think it was mentioned or I missed it. I do have to watch a lot of videos this week and catch up. So, um, yeah.
Well,
Um,
I will say this: if you want the raw, uncut, no clip from clip to clip to clip type thing, go watch Josh Ham Radio Crash Course. He was live the whole time.
yeah.
So
Um,
raw, uncut footage right there.
yeah. I have to see who made videos. I when I jumped onto YouTube, I saw a few people that made videos, but I decided not to do that. I did not buy a laptop to do that. So, and plus, I wanted to get the whole experience. And my big thing about going to Hamvention is like I wanted to meet the vendors, and I met a bunch. Some that I wanted to get in with, or the fact that we had them on the kids' table,
Right.
and I wanted to meet them face to face, or I just want to say hi, thank you for what you're doing. Ham Study, I went up to them and talked to them for a bit. How as a VE we use it all the time and see if there's anything new coming out with it. Ham Study, there's really not much coming, but their exam tools, I think they're going to do some more improvements in it. And I gave them how I used it to study and how we tell people to use it to study. So
Fantastic.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so the people I recognized off, just from people walking around. Aaron was there from Modern Morse.
Yes, he was, and he says hello.
Oh, good.
He
Uh,
said, don't tell Frank. I said hi. I'm like, which Frank? Frank Fomer. And I'm like, who? You mean Tank? He said there's Tank and Train Frank.
Train Frank.
Which one? Yeah. So he said, oh, Train Frank. I'm like, and then he told me what Fomer was. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, Foamer, ambulance chaser of the railroads.
People that foam in the mouth when they see trains, and I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but I have seen people that get really excited, not sexually, just excited when they see certain trains. I remember this dude. I watched this. I don't know how I found it, but there's this one dude in the UK like different models of trains, like rare ones or something. They like use them once in a while or something.
Right.
And he just got excited about it. I'm like, if that's your thing, that's cool. Um,
Well,
but
yeah,
okay,
that
everyone has their interests. Everyone has their interests. Like some people like amateur radios, the radios themselves. Some like Motorola's. Some like cars. Some like magazines or comics, and they'll film after that. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Do you
yeah,
like the trains?
I
There
mean,
you go.
besides being a railroad conductor, I do like trains. I grew up with trains, so
Yeah.
you know, I was one of the few that went. You know, when I was asked as a 5 or 6 year old, Frank, what do you want to do? Well, it was Frankie then. Frankie, what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to be a train engineer. Well, I'm close enough. I'm a conductor, so it works. You know, it's just
Yeah.
one of those patterns. Real quick, I know, Jeff, I know I tagged everybody in our private chat for Hamvention, but I want to throw out a special shout out to Mesh Dave. Uh, maybe you or maybe Carlos. Mark couldn't remember exactly. And then Rob finally clued Mark into what was happening. Apparently, a half dozen of you guys got my bat signal request to get him a pork chop, and he thanked me for it. But yeah, I a big shout out to you guys for making that happen. I know he ended up being quieter yesterday, and so he was able to go get one. But thank you guys for that.
Who Mesh Dave?
I don't know if it was Mesh Dave. So Mesh Dave offered uh, either you or Carlos, and then Rob Digital Rancher.
Hmm. I don't think I heard about that.
Well, so in our coordination group in the Hamvention, I pinged everybody and was like, "Can someone get Mark a pork chop because he's been so busy, he hasn't been able to get out."
Oh, that Mark.
Boondock
Boondock.
Mark.
Okay, wait. Let me go see it. Yeah. I don't think I saw that. Let me see. That was at 10:30 at night.
Yeah, that was Friday night. So y'all saw it early yesterday morning.
Yeah, I talked. Was it yesterday? What was yesterday? Saturday. Yeah, I talked to him yesterday. I think he mentioned something about it, but
Yeah, so big
yeah,
thank you to you guys for that one.
Yeah. Well, Mesh Dealer Dave is in our chat.
No,
Maybe
he's not,
maybe if he
but
does some more
others
interesting
are.
stuff on the YouTubes. Yeah.
No, I
Well,
sent a
that's
bat
cool.
signal out to everybody for that. Everybody that I could think of.
Okay. You know, I was kind of upset. Dave and his coworker Betty left early.
Oh
I
no.
went to go find them,
Did you ever
and
find them?
well, I saw them. We hung out for dinner Friday night, and I saw him like every day and multiple times. Sometimes I come by and say hi to him. If it was busy, I just tapped them on the shoulder or something like that. I did that to almost everyone that I knew. And but when I had to go walk through today to get my chair that I left at Jason's, and on the way back, I saw To. I was with him last night and saw him for a few times in that area because they were in the same area. And Dave and Betty, they were all packed up and gone.
Yeah,
And that was just before noon.
Sundays it seems like everybody's out of there by noon at the
Yep.
latest.
Yeah, a lot of people are already packing up they're packed up and already packing up.
Just to give you an idea, I haven't been there since before they moved to the fairgrounds.
Well, you'll be in a big surprise. It's a lot nicer. I've heard horror stories of Hare Arena,
Oh yeah.
and I'm glad that that place is torn. I believe it is torn down, and there's something in its place, or at least being built. But I was never there either. I don't remember how many times they've had it at the fairgrounds now, but everyone has said. I remember when they moved it, and they said it was great. Like the only thing bad thing they had to say really was like the rain.
Right.
And actually, the rain wasn't that bad. yesterday. So
The rain was worse over at Hera for some reason.
because it was filled with holes. You ever work in an old building
Oh yeah.
that's not maintained?
Yep.
Yeah, I've been in such places before. It's not fun.
I have been the I went twice, total 2 times that I've been out there, and both times it was just rain, 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 rain. It
Yeah,
miserable, but I was also a young teen, so it was like, hey, I'm here, I'm having fun.
I had lots of fun. Like I said, I talked to a lot of people, a lot of vendors, and I was telling people before I went, like, if you see me, come and say hi, because I don't know everyone. I don't know, like, Pepe came up to me. I saw him at 4 Days in May and talked to him. I talked to him multiple times during the Hamfest. I saw him today, too. And it was cool to meet him. And, like, all these other people, like, Cooley was there. I didn't recognize him at first, and then I recognized him. I'm like, damn! I ran into a friend of mine that I haven't talked to for like 2 years because he's been busy as all heck, and that was cool. I didn't recognize him at first because I hadn't seen him for so long, and I was like, I had to look down his badge. I'm like, holy shit!
It's
And I was like, dude.
you,
And he wanted to meet some people, so I kind of rounded them up and told him, hey, I'm here. Um, Met up with Brent and for BDW. Me and Tim both bought one of his antennas, one of his coils.
yeah. Did he make any good sales with that, or do you
He
know?
brought 30. He brought 30 units, and he left. At least by the time we talked to him, he left with 9.
That's not bad.
No, I don't know if he made any sales after me and Tim. He might have, but I think he was just roaming around, and he had a cart he was pulling around with a sign that he had made. So it was like 3 foot by 2 foot sign, something like that, maybe.
Nice big sign.
So it might be in the boneyard area around. I don't know. I missed Paul Southern Ham, and I missed him Friday. He was there like all day, and I just never saw him. But I saw pictures of him and other people, and I saw a picture with him and Brent. So I was like, I asked Brent, like, have you seen Paul? He says, yeah, he already left. I was like,
You're like, dang it, I want to meet him.
yeah, because he said he wanted to meet up with me. So I was like, okay. So now I said, can I get his number? I was about to ask him before you do. And he did, and he said yes, and I called him up, and we talked for like 10, 15 minutes. That's the best thing. If you really want to meet people and you don't know their contact number, reach out to them and ask for their number. So like, hey, when I'm there, I will text you, say, hey, I'm in building 3 at the front of it. Come find me. I want to meet you.
Right. That's always the important thing to do. Don said what people really want to know is what was the price of gas.
It was roughly about $4.50 for like the low unleaded 87 octane.
Well, that's not too bad.
No, on the highway it's been like almost $5. I think most of on the highway from Dayton into I'm in Western PA right now. And it was about I think it stayed the same roughly. I'll have to once I get further into PA. And actually tomorrow I'm gonna fill up my tank. I used to only a little bit over a half a tank to get here. But I'll fill up my tank and I'll see what the price is. I didn't really notice it today. Any good freebies? Yeah, actually, I got a freebie from Mr. Boondock Echo. He says, try it out, and if you don't use it, send it back. I'm like, cool. And it was one of the Tangos.
Very nice.
He gave Rob one too, Digital Rancher.
That's probably because of.
I didn't expect it because I thought he was going to give Rob one. And I'm like, that'd be cool. Give it to Rob so he could do stuff. And he gave me one too. I was like, dude, Thank you. I was like really appreciative of it. I was not expecting it. The only other freebies I got were stickers, but those were like trade. I did get like some guy gave me a bunch of patches. It was the other Josh from Josh W8 Woo or
Oh,
K8 Woo.
yeah.
That other video is like two Joshes in one park, and they're going to do another video. And I said you need to like make an intro like a sexy AI with Wellman. Go, two Joshes, one park.
That would be
But I
hilarious.
thought it was fun. Um, he gave me a bunch of patches. I gave him some patches, and I gave Jason Ham Radio 2.0 patches that I made, well, designed and got made. No, did I give him patches? I don't remember, but I did give some to Brian WQ0A or WA.
WQ0A, Brian. Yeah.
I gave him some because he's a Overlander and likes patches, so I gave him some. There's free stickers, pens from the tables. Got a nifty kind of lanyard for Hamvention, so that was cool. The lanyard part,
Right.
not the placard or the badge.
Yeah, each year the lanyard's different, so that's always fun.
Yeah, I kept mine from like when I went to music conferences and stuff too, so I saved those.
Turning into Don Wilbanks with all his lanyards.
Maybe I just might.
Let's see.
I don't think I got any other freebies. I didn't buy any T-shirts. I almost bought. There was a T-shirt seller there, and they had like some ham radio stuff, and they had like the blue with like the white 73, the white circle with the blue 73 inside of it.
Right.
And I was like thinking about getting it today, and I'm like, I got enough for the T-shirts.
Yeah, there are some T-shirts that I'm like, these. I'm weird with this. I'm not wearing these. These are for display and commemorative memorabilia only. I'm never gonna wear them.
I'm wearing my shirts. I wear my shirts.
Oh no, I have a ton of shirts. It's just there's a handful that never gonna get worn.
You'll wear them because you'll wear out the other ones.
Let's hear this ADHD life. I think that's Keith, if I remember right. He wants to know wouldn't the best way to meet people would be to communicate with them through radio? I bet you 4-5 was very, very busy because every video and live stream I saw, it was constantly going off.
I never listened to 5.2. I listened to 146.45.
Yeah.
The YouTube simplex frequency. There was people communicating on there. People trying to find each other on there. I don't think everyone watched or knew about that frequency. So
if they didn't, they've been living under a rock for the past 3 years.
Well, you gotta remember that some people are new to Hamvention, and if they never went before, they didn't care. It's like, I don't care where the frequency is that you're gonna talk to at somewhere where I'm not gonna be. But I think it would be nice if there was like a YouTuber, maybe a mailing list or something, or if someone shared the information out with others. I know Jason on his live stream last week before the show, he did mention, and that's where I got the number from, or the frequency from. Hello, Smoking Ape.
Apester, how you doing? Yeah, Ape apparently never left the booth the whole time. So you even slept there, Ape?
A lot of people were stuck in their booths, like Mark was earlier. Dave was for a little bit. I saw Ape and Chuck. I saw Chuck at 4 days, and I couldn't find where their booth was, but I was getting sidetracked. Saturday I was getting sidetracked from everything I wanted to do. Well, Friday I got sidetracked too, and it was, like I said, it was great. I mean, I don't mind for some of the stuff. I didn't mind because I was talking to people who knew me, or we knew each other through YouTube or something, and it was a lot of fun. And there's a lot of people I did not get a chance to talk to.
So I know
Southern
you.
Hills
I
was
know.
one.
I know why you probably never found the car booth. They were out by the boneyard.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I did go outside because Friday Jason and Jason found oh god, I can't remember his name. Or W0AEZ, the battery guy,
Yeah.
3 group battery. I can't remember his call sign. I can never remember his call sign. And that was like actually near I think the MCOM vehicles, I believe it was.
Yeah, he was out by
Um,
MCOM.
and I did go outside because I forget why I went outside, but I was distracted and was pulled out there for something. So I messed around with the POTA people. I tried to mess around with the POTA people, but they were busy. They were selling stuff really for the most part. They were selling the Wave 4 antenna. Curtis saw me and he reached out, and that was cool. I saw him later on. Carrie was busy. Rick was busy, and I don't remember who else was there when I was out there. But then I saw Josh, K8 Woo, saw Ingrid, K8ZI. Saw her I kept seeing her like Thursday at 4 days, and then all day Friday. I was talking to him, talking to the second Josh, and there's some, Kevin, N8. Oh my gosh. I cannot remember his call sign. I should. He's from Ohio, and he's doing CW now. Or W8NI, that's what it is. And I hadn't talked to him for a while. And who else was out there? I don't know. There's a whole bunch of people, and then I saw KB9 VBR. And I gotta go. I'll be back, and I made a beeline for him. I talked to him. I've talked to him many times over the air, doing activations and stuff for when he's been doing them. And I haven't talked to him for a while just because timing. Everything's about timing in amateur radio. And I ran up to him and said, "Michael." He goes, "Jeff." And I talked to him for like 15 minutes, and I said, "All right, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll let you go, and hopefully talk to you soon on the air." So,
did anyone
really
come up?
cool.
Did anyone come up to you and go, "You're the 8-bit guy"?
No, but then when they saw my stickers I was giving out, I was like, "Oh, dude, you do 8? Oh, I love that stuff." It's like, Mark from Halibut. I should give him my stickers. And he goes, "You seen mine?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I have."
Right.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, that ASCII stuff." I'm like, "Yeah." And we talked for a while about that and how he went from computer to computer and stuff like that. Chuck and Shannon from ABR, they're very freaking cool. Some people, I don't think anyone really said you're the 8-bit guy. But they knew me by making contacts with me in my videos or from YouTube, from like chats and stuff like that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Like I said, I told people, if you see me, just shout out Jeff and come up to me, because like I don't watch every video channel or every ham radio channel on YouTube, so I don't know everybody.
Right.
I do know of people. And there's some people like 250 pounds of
Clayton.
Clayton. He's a very cool guy. He's got, if he has to change his name, I think I called him I can't remember if he figured it out or if I did. Mustache Ham.
Okay.
He has the handlebars.
Yeah.
Or curly bars or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Who is he? Oh, there's a newer one that I started watching, and it's not HOA Ham. Not the guy from Florida. It's another HOA person. I can't remember his freaking name. He's a bigger guy, but I've watched a bunch of his videos, and I saw him at the Troll Pub, and I said, I've been watching your stuff, dude. He's like, "You're doing good." And he's starting out. He's like under 1,000 subscribers. Troll Pub. That was really fun. I met a guy. I met a bunch of people there.
Hey,
But there's
Jeff,
one guy stood out.
you
What?
you're gonna have to talk for a minute. I'm being family thing going on, so
All
talk.
right,
I'll be right back.
I got to pull up chat again, so in case someone says something that I need to know, so let me pull that up. So enough to get to the car site going again. I don't know what's going on, but there was this guy. He was with a bunch of people and tall redhead Scottish guy. We were all talking, and I'm like, I get a lot with all the noise going on. I said, "Are you like Irish or Scottish?" He goes, "I'm Scottish." I'm not gonna do the accent, okay? And we talked for a while, and he told me right at the beginning, it's like he just got his American citizenship like 2 days ago, and he's already a ham. He was a ham first, and then he got his U.S. citizenship. And Frank's missing all of this, so I'm gonna have to go over it again. But we talked about all kinds of freaking stuff, and then like an hour later, traveling ham Michael gets everyone's attention, and he says, "We got a new friend here." And it's like this. The guy's from Maryland. Like, I freaking forgot his name already. I was thinking of it begins with a B, and I can't even think of his call sign. The W3 is from Maryland, and he said like, "This is our friend," and I can't remember the guy's name. I am so sorry. He's a amateur radio operator. He got his license a few months ago. He's from Scotland, and 2 days ago he became a U.S. citizen, and everyone was like clapped and screamed and everything. It's really freaking cool.
Very
And
nice.
and everyone, a lot of people came up and shook his hands. Just way to go, dude.
And ape, no, no, no. Unlike some people, I'm still young enough I can hold things. No,
Wait till you get older. Wait till you get older.
I know. So that was part of the problem is I have two senior parents I take care of when I'm at home, and one of them just had a slight medical problem. Nothing major. We're good, but I get called away for that sort of stuff, and it sucks when it's during the live stream. But hey, life is life, and
What's up, Paul?
and
Paul just got off the plane.
yeah, and Paul, I got your message. And Dawn, you can't keep a secret from me because I have my wireless in ears. So while I was dealing with the family thing, I was still hearing what Jeff was saying the whole time.
Okay, cool.
So you're good.
That was probably, besides meeting everyone, was meeting that dude. It was like the very coolest thing of Hamvention, I think. And if someone remembers his call sign, please let me know. If anyone's there, Paul was there.
So Paul, who was the Scottish guy's call sign, or what was it?
It was like it's W3, and I swore it was like it had a B, an L, and a Y, and I tried to put it into QRZ, and I was getting nothing. But I was doing it really quickly, so I've done it.
Let's see. And Andy wants to know: did Mike get his jump in? I don't think that they got the jump, did they?
No. Apparently they did do it today, but I can tell you the story. Apparently the guy that Carlos contacted says, "Yeah, you could jump," because he wanted to do it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And lo and behold, they're not open on Fridays until like Memorial Day, I think it was. And it's like, why the heck did you tell us we could do it on Friday if you're not even open on Friday?
Ouch.
Saturday, it was just overcast. It was very cloudy. It rained, and they weren't going to do it. And then today, he said he was going to do it, and it'd be like in 45 minutes or so, and it's going to be just for the ARRL youth thing that was going on. And lo and behold, I switched my radio inadvertently to a different frequency because you were going to use the YouTubers frequency for it, and I think I missed it altogether. And once I saw that, I was freaking pissed. But no, I don't know if he actually did or not. I'm going to assume that he did because it was really nice weather today. It actually got into the low 80s.
Well, that's
I'm
not
pissed
bad.
about the fact that when I went to do my pod activation, I missed like the first 4 contacts. I thought I started my video, but
Oh no.
it's all good. I got Kevin in there, K0 KLB,
Well, of course,
and
Kevin.
got the last part of his. He goes, "This is on video, isn't it? Because I want to hear how I sound." And I'm like, I looked at my camera. I'm like, and I swore it was running because I swore it was like 6 minutes in, and then I got Kevin, and maybe it turned off, but there's no video there from like before that, so I
Oh,
don't know what the
jeez.
frick was going on. Hey, I've done it before, and S happens, so
Yeah.
stuff happens.
Oh, absolutely. Um, so Paul didn't get the MFJ Versatuner 5. Because Don wanted to know that. I was curious too. And Don, going back to that, actually, you said something earlier, Don, about not wanting to put that much onto somebody to have them get it for you. I I can't speak for Paul, but Paul's in chat. I'm sure he would be more than happy to have gotten it for you, and you could Venmo him or whatever. I'm sure you guys could have worked something out.
And I
Um,
just put in the chat, no, Paul is not the guy in the kill. There's a few of them there. But the guy at the troll pub, the big redhead guy that just became a citizen. So if you remember his call sign, I'm gonna I forgot to ask Michael that too. Gosh darn it. I'll have to text him.
and
Um
Dave won.
yes,
Dave was one
yeah,
of your last contacts.
he was like the last one, and then I think I got another one. I was getting hungry. It was like 12:30, and I had to figure out where I wanted to activate. Um, I actually did make contact with a park that's like a few miles away, park to park with someone from there. He was coming up to where I was. I just wanted to get one Ohio park in there, and I didn't know when I was going to be doing it, and I didn't know which one. But I got that done, so I'm happy. And then next year, depending on what's going on, I will try to get out to other parks. So
And yeah, Dave says you had a park to park right behind him, so there you go.
yeah, I had a bunch of park to parks, and I couldn't keep track of what's going on. I just wanted to. Every time I said QRZ, I heard another call sign. But I like when that happens. That means there's people out there that want to talk to me, either because it's me, my friendly, glorious self, or the fact they just want to make another contact with a park they may not have gotten before. People chase those parks. The parks that they've never made contacts with. So I'm happy to get them in the log. And if it's at a park like where like out here or in Delaware, I am glad to do it for people.
Right.
And it
So
happened like 3 or 4 times.
So Pepe says at 11:45, many kids were outside with a radio and a lady from AWR HQ for contacting the jumpers. And when I started to ask questions, the lady cried to him, "Go away! This is only for children." Pepe,
Yes.
on behalf of most U.S. hams, I'm sorry. She should have, she should have been
She's
nicer about it.
Yeah, she should have been. And Carlos strictly said, if anyone hears this, this is for the kids only. I will not take any other contacts. I will only accept them if there's not a lot of kids. And I don't know how it went. Um,
Well, it sounds like Pepe was live on scene. So
hey, Kevin's in Traveling Ham. Michael is in Kentucky. He's at Mammoth Caves or wherever that park is. Everyone was hitting down there.
wow, he's already wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just popped up on Ham Alert. Yeah, Pepe, I don't know if you caught my story, but I inadvertently changed frequency, so I couldn't even listen to it. I would have loved to have listened to it, and I didn't notice it until after I was like 12:30 or so. I was kind of hoping I'd hear him, and wrong frequency, silly me. But that's the way it goes. I don't know if he made a second jump or not. Um, Probably by then it might have been over. 'Cause I guess it takes a bit of time to unpack the parachute, and I don't know if Mike went up. I don't think he did. I haven't heard from Michael or Mike yet. So, but the other parachuter was N1 OG Grouch,
Yeah,
Paul,
I was
Paul
gonna,
the Grouch.
I was gonna say the Grouch probably went up too.
Yeah, I think they both were going to go up.
So we've discussed a lot here so far. What are some? Okay, so we've discussed, what you would do differently. What would your main focus be next year? Do you think at Hamvention?
Try to meet more people. Okay, I love talking to people. I'm so introverted. Um, if I don't have anything to say, but if you come up to me and say, "Hey Jeff, I watched your videos," or "We made had contact last week," or sometime, I will start yapping. I will start yapping, and or if like I go up to someone, like Dave, like mesh dealer Dave or To or Jason, we'll just start talking. I'll just ham radio. There you go. But there has to be some catalyst to get the conversation started. But I started last night. Although I don't drink, I used to be very extroverted when I drank. Um, but because I wanted to get rid of more stickers, I just went up to people and said, "Hey, I'm Jeff here. You have some stickers." Um, that was a good way to get rid of stickers too.
Yeah.
Um, and for giggles, I walked up to someone. I saw their name was Jeff, and I'm like, "Jeff." And he turns around, looks to me, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm Jeff too. Nice to meet you." Just because I felt like doing that. I don't know why. I saw another Jeff, so I was like, "Cool."
Interaction is
He
interaction.
had it was embroidered on his jacket, so it was a little bit larger than like with writing on the ticket for the show. So it was easier to see. But what would I do different? I definitely have to figure out some way to carry what I want to carry and not have shoulder pains and knee pains and hip pains. So I need to lighten my load a lot. Um, that's like the biggest thing. Um, I want to keep in touch with some of the vendors that I met. Um, but I still do the rest of the same thing. I need to. I One thing I would do is probably try to get myself to start taking pictures. All the photos you see of people with everyone else, they're like, "Yeah, let's get a photo." Click. Um, I always wanted to be that person, but I've never been a big photo taker. Sometimes I'd have to force myself to do it, and it's usually inanimate objects or something going on. Um, I'll take pictures. I go to the park. I want to get an image of the sign. Like it's like getting B-roll. I'm terrible at getting B-roll
Right.
for video. But that was like I want to be more snap happy. Like so, I take photos of people. I mean, I said I didn't have a problem. If anyone wanted to come up to me and say, "Hey, can I get a picture with you?" And I go, "Sure." They go, "Click." I'm like, I'm fine with that. It's just I'm not gonna instigate get taking a picture. That's part of my introvertedness, I guess. But those are the two things: like learning to carry my stuff better, and being more extroverted with taking photos and stuff like that with people. I don't remember everyone I talked to and what and who I met.
Right.
Um, I'm just gonna have any photos of it, but that's me.
And I noticed, throughout the weekend, both Prep Ham Paul here and Mike and 2MAK, there's 3 or 4 posts each on their social
Bunch
medias of
bunch
just
of people. Alan,
photos.
Punk Rock Ham Radio, Alan. He did a bunch. Um, Ingrid, I've met her through Instagrams, and she said somewhere, or I said somewhere that I'm going to be here, and one of us said, "Cool, we're going to have to meet up." And she took photos. I didn't see any photos of me, but it's all good. I mean, um, but again, I'm just not a big photo taker or even a selfie taker. A lot of the photos I have of myself are me from like videos, like snapshots or screenshots of my videos
Right.
from the raw video. But
Yeah, I'm the
yeah,
same. I'm the same way, Jeff. You know, I'll take everyone else's photo, no problem. But ask me to take a photo myself, nope. Mm-mm.
yeah, I'm just not a extrovert photo taker. I guess I would call that's what I would call it. But
Yeah, that's there. Chat's going. Especially Paul and Dawn. They're having a convo, and Hollywood here too a little bit about the tuners that Paul was looking at in his live stream yesterday. I guess that was morning.
what tuners were you looking at, or Paul?
So he was, from what I know from watching the stream, he was really intent on getting the MFJ Versatuner 5. He has the Versatuner 2, but
Who was selling?
there were some in the boneyard.
Okay,
And so they're going back and forth about how Tentec or Dentron would definitely be better. Oh, so Paul's made the photo compilation of the random meetings, and Jeff is in there.
cool. I'll have to watch that later on sometime. I got Paul. I got like videos from the entire week. I need to catch up on. I am like faithfully watch like multiple channels, and I haven't watched anything at all on both of my YouTube accounts since last week. So, um, it's like when I went to Tennessee, I got distracted by other stuff, and I just enjoyed the entire experience of being out there and being at Dayton. We were out all day, literally from the morning until dark. We were out all freaking day, and there was no time. Once we got back to the Airbnb, we just kind of we BS for a bit, and we were trying to figure out some solutions to some things that happened. Nothing major, but and then eventually I was like, I'm crashing. Good night, and I just go in my room and shut the door. Wake up and then have to get ready to go back out.
There was one photo I saw that I wanted to share. Oh, yeah, here we go. Let me. So you're going to disappear off screen for a second here once I get
No.
it all set up, because I don't remember if I have the. Now I have the remote on. All right, here we go. Let's see here. iMac screen share. There we go. Yes. Aren't they a lovely couple?
That looks like I think that might be
You're
4
back
days
on
in May.
screen now too.
Yeah, I think I was at 4 days in May. It looked like the room that we were in.
Yeah, that
Um,
was definitely at FDIM.
but that went on. That interaction with the two went on all the way through last night.
Oh, I believe it. I absolutely believe it. Well,
I've never hung out with Vern. He's a really nice guy. He's in our Discord, but he hasn't done any videos, which is okay. And he had some. I think he had some stuff to take care of first off, right off the bat. But yeah, him and Renee are nice. We went out to dinner together um, Friday night. It was a good time. They were there last night at the Troll Pub, and we were sitting next to or close to each other, but we were just talking to everyone just around us. They were a little bit further away, but it was a good time. Anything else
okay.
as far as-
So Paul's short premiere video in 45 minutes here is the video that has the photo compilation.
Cool. I'll have to watch that. I thought it was like 8:30 my time, but he's already in back home, so it's his time.
Yeah. Plus, I would think it would always be 8:30 Cent. Even if they're in Eastern or Pacific time, it's still based in Central time.
No, Don. Tio's not staying at Vern's place. That's mesh dealer Dave. KB5UTY is at was at Vern's place.
So T.O. has stayed at Vern's place, and I do believe uh, they have a semi-permanent location for the trailer there for T.O. as well. Matt, what is
Oh,
FDIM? 5 days in May.
4 days.
4 days in May. Thank you. Yeah, 4 or 5. But essentially, what To has said is there's the vendor night, and we had this discussion on Ham Radio Kids Table last week. There's vendor night, but then there's other QRP nights and
It's another. It's essentially it's another conference going on at the same time as Hamvention.
But the way To puts it, and this is the way I've been taught about it, it wasn't a thing when I went, is you have your vendor night and then the 3 nights of Hamvention. So
Yeah,
4 days in May.
They do coincide with each other though.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was like its own conference, a QRP conference in its own. I just thought 4 days in May had something to do with the vendors, but no one ever told me.
Yeah, no. So
And, that I've seen pictures in the past, and it was exactly like that. It was mobbed.
oh yeah. So what it is ARCI, which Don dropped the link for. They're the QRP group, QRP ARCI, and they're the conglomerate of QRPers that hold that FDIM. So, fantastic,
What's up,
Paul.
Awesome. What's up, Colin?
Hey, Colin.
Yeah, I want to actually find out more about it. Just 'cause I have done QRP, and I will be doing QRP again. But I just want to find out more information about it. I just haven't had time to look it up. 4 days in May is really cool. You do get a preview or pre-access to the vendors. I'll say a preview and access. I was trying to think of how to say that. Pre-access to the vendors before Hamvention starts. They were trying to Pico Paddle people. I can't remember the company name. Palm Paddles. The guy was trying to sell me on this little trainer that you connect to one of their paddles.
Oh, the Ditstorm. Is that the Ditstorm Cypher?
I don't remember what it's called, but they had the bigger paddles and the smaller ones, the Pico ones. And I was really tempted to get the Pico ones. They're only I think 200, or no, they're 150 for the show. And they came in black, a transparent green, and a transparent orange. And I think I really wanted the green. I wanted the green ones. But I already knew I was going to get a key from Modern Morse. And I got that Friday.
Yeah, before HRCC, Josh's stream on Thursday, went down the toilet because it literally started buffering and never returned.
Where was he at when he did that? Was he at 4 days?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was all at FDIM.
Because all the people that were in there and using their phones, and I don't know if vendors had wireless or point of sale terminals to take cards, but I'm sure.
All right, Dave 73.
Larry, Dave, thanks for the contact again. I appreciate it.
But yeah, I know Josh uses that new Calex device, the hotspot. That is
I did not see Josh have. He might have had it in one of his pouches or in his,
probably
chest rig. He did park behind me, or park behind us, Tim's car, Friday morning, and we talked for a little bit there, and I saw him load up, and I think I saw him stick it in his in either a pouch on the outside or inside of his chest rig.
Yeah, but I know he was using that for a lot of things, and
if you go on live stream, you need to have reliable internet.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody suggested set up Starlink just outside the building that only you can access. I'm like, That sounds like a good idea, but could you imagine the amount of Starlink dishes that would be around the building if everybody did that?
Yeah.
And then the
Um,
Starlink overload?
Stavros from Low Mesh. I was trying to. He was actually. I went over to talk to him for a little while, and because I wanted to get the holsters too. And the person before me was buying something. The outside antenna unit and the unit itself, I believe. And he was having problems with his getting the credit card machine to connect to the internet, and he went over to the Rocklet people to get their access, to use their Wi-Fi. I mean,
Right.
I had cash on me, so it wasn't a big deal. That dude had cash on him too, so yeah, he didn't have a big deal with that either. It was nice that some people had working terminals for people to buy stuff via credit card. The food vendors did, so that was awesome. It was a good time overall. Definitely when you have a lot of people using Wi-Fi, and I don't remember what Wi-Fi that Stavros was using, but it was probably just bogged down.
One thing
Couldn't
I
get through.
don't know if they've done yet, or if they have, maybe they need to enhance it. Do you know if, and this is wild on my guess here, do you know if they brought any cows in to help with the cellular stuff?
I have no clue. I didn't see any.
Okay. That might be an idea. Of course, it's going to cost more for them to do that, but that might be an idea for them to make things a little smoother there. Let's see. Paul
Yeah.
was running an AT&T hotspot on his T-Mobile cell combined with an app. Hopefully, it ended up okay while he streamed. Paul, watching your stream after it was live, because I wasn't awake when it was live, uh, it looked fine except for when you put the camera down or picked it up or moved it around. There was a little glitchy, as it tried to catch up on the bit rate, but otherwise it was pretty steady as long as you were just. If you went, then that's when it had an issue. But it was otherwise okay.
Yeah, you'll get that. I did. I think Rockland had. I think it was called a global link. You see, like, I saw ads all over Instagram for it, and it's where you get like 10 gigabytes right off the bat. Then every month you get like 1 gigabyte of free service.
Oh
So
wow.
like that. And people say it's great, but it's slow. So I guess it depends. I don't know how true that is. I thought about getting one, but yeah,
That's there.
it
Frank
needs
just
to
get
be. Well,
Frank just
it
gave
needs
me
to be more real.
ASMR from Jason.
Frank just gave me. I don't get it,
From
but
Friday the
that's what.
13th. I guess doing the ch
Back, 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 get back.
right.
I think that's what I said. I looked it up one time and it's something different, but I always heard get back. Um, I can tell you a story about it, but I'm not going to. It was cool to meet Pepe. Actually, you know what? Like I said earlier, it's just cool to meet everyone.
Oh yeah.
Everyone that I interacted with, like Pepe and other people from live stream chats or premiere chats, other YouTubers, um, everyone in our group that showed up there, the people that we see on Jason's live streams, everyone else, and everyone was flipping nice.
Well, that
So
that's a good thing.
that, yeah, it was cool, and even like people that we may not talk to like on a regular basis or even regularly, we're all freaking ham radio operators here in Dayton, Ohio, in Xenia or Dayton, wherever the hell we're at. Well, I know it's in Xenia, but it's called Dayton. But I
Yeah.
mean, at the time, like at a restaurant, if it was like Tulpa, I mean, we just freaking started talking to people. I didn't care what you looked like or what, but we just started talking to people and getting conversations. And I met that we met that dude from Scotland. I think that
Right.
was freaking great.
The one
Um,
thing I love, I absolutely love this part, is all the photos I see of Vern Six with everybody else, and whenever I see Vern in one of the videos as they're walking around, I'm like, Oh, so that's how tall that person really is. Because I know how tall Vern is compared to me, because we hung out at Quartz Fest a
He's
couple years ago.
huge. He's huge. Like him, Rob, and we found like Rob's like vertical twin, who might be even taller than Rob. There. Actually, we found Chris Bricker's doppelganger.
Oh, nice. The
And that
Damn
was this morning.
67, thanks for the high five for 100 joules. Thank you.
Jules, she was awesome.
Oh no, this is something new on YouTube chat. Instead of super chats or whatever, you can send stuff, their jewels or other little bits and bobs. They're trying to be like
Hype?
Twitch.
You mean like hype?
Sort of, I
The
guess.
hype?
I guess that's hype.
I don't know. I have to look at maybe it's something brand new, and I missed the video on it from vidIQ. I don't know.
It's been out for like
Um,
2 weeks now.
That's probably why they probably haven't mentioned it yet. Like, I just see people like just recently talking about like the hype button, but it's been out for a year.
Right.
I've never freaking seen it before. And I watch a lot of videos on my mobile devices, only on mobile.
But yeah,
But
so Bricker's twin.
yeah. So this morning, me and Tim are walking in. We're trying to get to Jason's to pick up our chairs, and we're going by World Radio League, and I'm like, look, they dragged Bricker in there now, and Tim goes like, oh, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel now to get people to help them out, and he turns around and goes, what? And Tim goes, oh shit, you're not. Oh, I thought you were someone else. He goes, God damn it, Jeff. And he looked like he had the beard. He's like the same size and shape, and he had like a shirt on that Chris would wear that we thought that Chris would wear, and I thought it was him from the side. And lo and behold, Chris shows up, and we're like, Chris, we got your doppelganger. And the weirdest freaking thing about it is, well, they almost look the same, and their call signs. Chris's is Whiskey 9 Tango Echo Kilo.
Right.
This guy was Whiskey 9 Tango Echo Foxtrot.
Oh wow. So right there in the same batch even.
Yeah, but Chris is from Ohio, and this guy was from, I'm going to say Illinois or Indiana, I believe.
Okay. That's not bad.
But it was insane.
Yeah, finding a doppelganger, and especially, in the same community and the same convention even, that's like 1 in a million almost.
I saw a doppelganger for Walt. Salty Walt.
Oh boy.
K4OGO.
Right.
Well, this guy, he was tall. Well, actually, might have been a little bit taller. Walt's actually a tall guy. I didn't know it. But Walt has gray hair. But this guy, he dresses like him. He looks like him. He has glasses just like him sometimes. But his hair was like bleach blonde and like wild. It was,
Okay.
like, wild.
Right.
But he looked exactly like Walt. I had to take a double freaking take on him. I'm like, that's not Walt. That guy's too crazy looking to be Walt. So I've seen Walt for years, and his hair is basically just combed down, nicely combed.
Right.
This guy's hair was just sticking out, and it was blonde.
So maybe you can answer this since they were both there. Who's taller, Vern or Steve Goodgame?
I think Steve is taller than Vern.
Yeah, Vern's a tall guy.
I didn't see them standing next to each other that I can remember. I only saw Steve during the show, and I didn't see those two together. But Steve is a tall man. They were both at the Troll Pub, and they sat kind of near each other. They actually sat at the table, and then they got up, and then Steve and his wife came, and I think Steve is taller.
Okay. Yeah, because the four tall people that I'm aware of in the community. Two of them I've met. T.O. Steve, temporarily offline, Vern,
He's a bit tall.
Steve Goodgame, and Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the four tall guys. The four horsemen of tallness in the community.
We did meet another tall person, and we're going to have him on the kids' table. QRP Life. I don't know if that's the name of the channel.
Todd?
I haven't.
Todd. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be on the kids' table in the future. He's going to do some stuff. We're going to talk about it, so that's going to be pretty cool. We're going to get the Long Island CW Club on. I think we've had them on once before, and I think we're going to get them on again.
Matt,
cool.
Sure. Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly.
We were doing that, Wednesday night during our stream. That kept on popping up, and Michael goes like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Allegedly, we're like, "You gotta watch the video. It's
right." Okay.
Josh's video about the mesh cord debacle, and Josh said he took down the video, but I believe he just unlisted it or something. I don't remember. And I started watching part of Andy Kirby's response, and then I was like, I'm too tired. I'm going to go to bed.
I haven't even bothered. So, Dawn.
Yes.
This is a good one, and I don't want to deep dive this one yet, but Jeff, do you have any news on the story behind Goodgame leaving the ARRL?
No, I thought I remembered something, but he just said he's done. I knew he had a YouTube channel, and I caught it, and he's like, "I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back," and just made like a 5-minute montage about that. I think there might have been. I think I heard it from him that there was some kind of disagreement on something, and they decided to part ways, as far as I know.
I wonder what that means for Teachers Institute, then.
I've been hearing more stuff about the Teachers Institute. Steve was a YouTuber, so he was able. I guess I don't remember because I wasn't always up with everything. But as a YouTuber, I guess he got the people's attention when he got this job. That he was able to get their attention and help. And have the YouTubers help him raise money for it.
Yeah,
that's how I believe that's how it all happened. And he was always friendly with the YouTubers, and we were always friendly with him to help him out. And we always said that if you didn't like the ARRL, it doesn't matter. You're helping out the Teachers Institute, and all the money that was ever donated goes to them. It never went to the ARRL proper. It went to the Teachers Institute. But as far as I know, that's what I believe the story is. Now, the details could be completely different, but I believe that's the rough story. We were surprised to see him at the show with the ARRL. I did see him busy. I saw him a few times talking to people and walking through. I did catch him at his booth. It was across from the ARRL Labs, where I got my Mini 5 tested. But he was busy with kids, helping them do stuff, so I didn't want to bother him there.
So Paul says that Paul's 6 foot tall, but he looks tiny next to Digital Rancher and Vern. You can see it in the photos with him, and I brought up a photo of him. Let me get myself out of here, but. Yeah, because you can see the Seed Studio sign there at the top left there. But yeah, Paul's 6 foot here. Oh, hold on. Let me use the right mouse. Paul's 6 foot. Oh, you can't even see my mouse. Yeah, Paul's 6 foot there in the center, and Vern is at least a half a head taller.
Yeah.
So.
Tall people. I don't understand how people got so tall. Apparently, my father was tall, but now I'm taller than him. Maybe just because I was little, that's what it seemed like. I don't know.
Well, here's the funny thing about it for me. Both of my grandfathers were short. both of my grandmothers were tall. Guess who got the tall gene and guess who got the short gene?
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't win on the tall side here. Hey, Chris, good to see you. Welcome.
I wonder if my early smoking was part of it.
All the smoking and drinking?
Drinking doesn't do it. Apparently, it's smoking stunts your growth. Apparently,
Oh, okay.
allegedly,
Allegedly, right.
allegedly. That video was hysterical,
That was great.
and I can't remember the reason that Josh pulled it. Um,
No, he has his reasons, and that's all that
yes,
matters.
he does, but I just can't remember what they were. I'm just checking something else on the bed. It's a little fuzzy thing. But yeah, it was a good time. I had a blast. I would love to go to Huntsville and Orlando just to keep it going. But Dayton, I always said Dayton would be easiest for me to get to because it's closer than the other two.
Oh yeah,
And
Dayton's much closer for you.
I would definitely like save up more money to do next year. I spent a fudge load of money.
All right, Pepe, you have a great evening, and mobile safe back to Chicago in the morning.
Yeah, be safe driving, dude. It was great meeting you.
And
Like I
Hollywood
said, I
says
love meeting people.
Hollywood says you should see the low ceiling on the Mayflower. Those programs are real short. Hollywood, I could probably fit on the Mayflower given the chance.
Yeah, I always heard that Jason was short. You never tell his videos because he's always sitting, so you don't know.
Right.
And you don't really know people until you actually meet them, what they actually look like, or like how tall they are, or how short they are, or whatever. And I knew he was short. People always call him Short Jason, so I'm like, well, he was. He was shorter than me. I was like, okay. But awesome person. Everyone. Smart Jason KM4ACK. He's a little bit taller. He's about the same size as me, I guess it was. I didn't even think that Paul was that big. Was taller than me? I probably didn't even notice. I was just happy to see people. I didn't notice everything.
At the end of the day, it's all about hanging out and having fun, right?
Exactly. I mean, like I said, I had fun every day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and today. And that was really, like I said, just from talking to people. Hey, I watch your videos. Hey, I made a contact. Hey, you're the other YouTuber. I've seen your stuff. I loved it. I really did.
Absolutely. And Don, I'm not an engineer. I'm a conductor. So, yes, engineers somehow are abnormally tall, but there are short engineers too. So,
yeah.
We have been going for almost 2 hours here, and I'm probably going to cut it at 2 hour mark, so that way people can go watch Paul's short, and then I have my usual overnight live stream going, but we'll go for a little bit longer here.
Yep.
Oh, apparently he reposted it the next day with a different thumbnail.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't notice that, but
well, that's what Paul's saying.
yeah, I'll have to check because I don't remember what video I saw. I saw the video, but the thumbnail. I don't always remember the thumbnail. I just remember the content of the video mostly, unless it's like something that really grabbed my attention. I saw the thumbnail. I was like, I need to watch it. But I need to watch this one first. And I eventually got to that video, and I did notice if he changed it or not, or if it was the second day I saw it. I don't know. But allegedly, I don't know.
Right?
That video was hysterical.
Allegedly.
And allegedly it was hysterical. And allegedly there's a rebuttal. So I still need to watch that again. He was like blabbing on for a bit, and I'm like, give me the reasons. Don't fluff it up with just yapping.
If I remember right, it was an hour-long rebuttal.
I don't think it was, because I would not have started watching a video that was an hour long, because I was not going to stay up to watch an hour long video. But I'll have to go back and see it. It's in my history on YouTube, so I have to go back and find it.
I literally saw it. I'm not subscribed to that person. I'll just leave it as that person.
You could say his name, but you could or if you don't want to, it's fine.
Oh,
But
it's
you will see
only 8 minutes. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's 8 minutes.
I don't know where I saw an hour from then.
Neither do I. But you'll see, like, if you're like search for a topic or see a video and you watch it, then that topic will come up, and that's where I've been seeing. I do not subscribe to him, never have, but I'll see his videos pop up because, like, who wants to hear about how great Meshcore is in the UK or Meshtastic was in the UK when it first came out and stuff?
Right.
I don't care. But I mean, he had some information on there about the stuff he was doing and how stuff looked on devices. And then when we started doing the Meshcore, I still don't really understand the difference between Meshcore and Meshtastic. I know there is, and I've heard them from Mesh Dealer Dave, and they have their. I know that they both have their own use cases, and I think Meshtastic was a good use case, or Hamvention was a good use case for Meshtastic. That was a whole nother story.
So I'm not going to repeat this exact phrase because it will get me demonetized. But so Andy's in the UK. Andy must know Kirby. Andy, do you have any insight that you want to share in chat?
Instead of saying something, I'm going to type something.
With that though, I was going to mention something. Oh yeah, so the way I understand it, and I'm sure someone in chat will correct me, and that's fine. I welcome the correction. Meshcore is more akin to APRS in its traffic routing.
Okay, that makes sense, and how it said there's a button in the app to like broadcast, and I guess you kind of like ping something out and wait for a return.
Oh, it's apparently a bit X-rated. Okay, Andy.
Well, they're both words in how I understand them are X-rated in stuff because.
What I think Andy's trying to say is he doesn't want to try and type it out in chat because it's a little too intense for YouTube chat.
Well, I did. Well, with the word that I use, I did catch someone doing that one time, and almost caught him, and that became the person's nickname.
That works.
But I guess we could use that word that Andy said as his nickname, or that person's nickname, not Andy's nickname. Andy's probably a nice guy. I have not met him. Hey, Andy, why don't you come to the Hamvention next year?
Andy Kelly is a great guy.
Yeah, I love to meet you.
Speaking of,
Hey, Peppy came. You can come too.
Someone needs to check in, either you or me, or someone needs to check in with Vince and see if Vince has gotten that one project item shipped out yet. Or do you know? Because I know we were having a chat about that. What was it in Kids Table? In our private chat on Kids Table? Or was it in our... I don't remember which Discord it was in. We were just at where they put together the 3D modeling thing. You know what I'm talking about, Jeff. I don't want to give it away if it hasn't been shipped yet.
I don't know. And I don't remember if I know what you're talking about or not.
Okay, I'll follow up on it then.
But you're on the Instagrams, right?
Yeah.
I posted a photo from last night, earlier today, and speaking about I don't remember seeing that. Actually, I pulled up the Instagrams. Now I'm seeing a bunch of stuff on there like, ooh, I didn't see that stuff. Oh, apparently Elecraft has a new antenna out, which I didn't know.
Like A4 or something like that?
AX4.
Yeah.
100 watts? Wow. That's pretty nifty. I wish I went over there, but I like their stuff, but it's a bit pricey, and I'm not gonna um, buy one of their radios just because they're a bit pricey for what they are, in my opinion. I know what they are, but I mean for a QRP radio, I'm not gonna pay $2,000
Right.
unless I mean, and they're good radios. I would like to get a KX2 or a KX3, especially if I was doing CW. But even for SSB, they work great too.
Oh, absolutely.
Um, KB9 VBR scored a very, very, very nice, barely used KX3 in the Boneyard.
Oh, nice. Let's see. Don says, of course, he just got the K4. It's worth the price. Don, for some people, I'm sure it is. For some of us, we sit there and go, we have so many rigs as it is to begin with. Why should we? All right, Jeff?
Yeah, I actually need to. I'm thinking about selling some of my stuff.
Definitely a good idea.
But replace it with other stuff too. So
Right. One man's chunk is another man's treasure.
it's not junk. It's just I don't want that radio anymore. I don't want that brand anymore. And someone made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Basically, let's put it at that. Someone
Yeah.
made me an offer that I couldn't refuse.
Yeah, that's a
And
good one.
but yeah, I did go into the Yaesu booth, and I wanted to ask them. Just wanted to ask them like, hey, are you guys going to have like a firmware update for like the 891 with the new changes done to 60 meters? I'm not big. I haven't been on 60 meters since I had a working radio at home, and that's been a long time.
I mean,
once the RFI started, I just couldn't do anything from home. So
I mean,
so I
even
don't do. I should probably try to do 60 meters sometime on with the 891. That because that doesn't go down in power on that radio, but so I don't think it does. But on I think on the FX4CR it does. In 6 meters it goes down too. Maybe
Okay.
6 is a bad number for them. I don't know.
maybe.
But actually, the next radio I will buy, I know off the top of my head, will be the new FX4CR.
They're coming out with another one?
Yeah, it's going to be 50 watts instead of 20.
Oh, okay.
And the footprint will be smaller. If you go to the official FX4CR, I think it's like the FX4CR. I think it just says FX4CR. Because there's 2 groups that I'm part of, and one you does not post into. The other one he does, so that's what I call the official one.
Okay.
And I did not see the Black Swamp Radio Club, whatever it's called. I wanted to, and I just did not see them. Apparently, I missed them. So
yeah, I know Sandra was there. Larry was there. Larry
it's
was
just the one that says FX4C.
okay.
That's the name. That's the one that you post into. And if you scroll back through a bit, you'll find he has 3D printed prototype boxes. That's
Nice.
all he has or shown us so far, and he says they're going to be 50 watts. And of course, questions flood in like, is it going to have this? Is it going to have an internal tuner? Really? I just want the radio to come out. I don't care what it has in it. I mean, I know it's going to be the same thing as the FX4CR, but instead of, and I don't know if it's going to be the same name,
right,
or the same model number. But it's going to be 50 watts, and I'm like, okay. And the look of it's going to be a smaller footprint, I believe. Well, it might be a little bit wider, but it's not going to be as tall. But if you go back to like April, he has some models. It's going to be thinner. That's what it is. It's going to be thinner. It's like almost half the thickness.
oh wow.
So if it was like this, it's going to be like that.
So sort of like what the uh what's his name did with the ZBitX version 2.
Yeah, it's gonna have a wider screen. It has a wider screen too.
Don says, if you ever see me say bad stuff about ICOM, it's to troll the fanboys. I like any radio that works, except HTs in general. Don, you're just fanboy troll. That's what you are. You're fanboy troll.
I'm like, okay, I am a fanboy of Apple. I like their stuff. I was mostly, it comes from the fact that I like the UI, how the design is, and that it's like one of the first real computers I touched, and it's just that kind of connection to it. That's why I like it, and it works better for lots of things like making videos and graphics and other stuff. But to each their own. I don't care if you have a Windows computer. Just don't bag on Mac. So I'm not going to bag on you.
So this is how, going down the Windows versus Mac thing. This is how I was raised, and I was, Apple was my first taste of computing, back in the day. Apple is great for everything except for gaming.
Game.
Windows is for gaming, Apple's for everything else.
Yeah, well, they are they're games, and then they're games.
Right.
And yeah, Apple Macs, you get games on Macs, and even like newer games that need more power, they're there. But like the gaming stuff, yeah, you do need. They don't make Mac versions of a lot of stuff, or yeah, they don't make a lot of Mac versions of stuff. But other than that, going back to a fanboy of radio brands, I'm not a fanboy of any brand. It's just, and I actually told this to Ray. It's like I've never had anything bad to say about ICOM. I also said in the video I have nothing ever bad to say about Baofeng. I just never owned one.
Right.
And I said, Ray, I love your radios. The UI, perfect. It's consistent across almost every radio. There are probably some variations that I don't know, but I'm sure there's a little bit of variations. But the UI is basically, you can sit in front of any radio, ICOM radio, and navigate to somewhere where you need to go to. It's a shame that Yaesu never did that. I think they're starting to, with like all their mobile units are kind of going to be navigatable the same as well as their larger units. There'll be like the base station navigation and then the mobile navigation, and who knows what they're going to have for HTs next time around.
Yeah,
but I think the FT3D and the 5 have the same navigation basically. It was FT1. Oh, the FT2 was it? Yeah, the FT2D that had like the first touch screen. The 1 did not, because I had the 1. The 3 was similar to the 5. The 5 was a little bit different design. But
with Yaesu, the 710, what is it, DX10, and the FTX1, they all have the same screen and menu layout, and that's I think the first series, and then the handhelds.
It's nicer. The UI, the menus, have gotten a lot nicer, but they're not consistent between levels of radio, like the base station, the mobile, and the HT.
Right.
They're not the same. Yaesu or ICOMs, you could sit in front of a 705, which is basically a mobile radio. It's portable. You could carry it in your hand with one hand. Then go to the 7300 Mark II, Mark 1, or the first one, or the 7760 or the 7610, and the UI is the same.
As well as the 9700.
Yeah, it's 9700, and the 905 too.
I only know that because I have a 9700 here on the desk. I use Shane QBF Workshop's old 7300, the once dropped one. And then I have my buddy who has the 705. I can go between any three of those radios, and it's literally the same.
Yeah. For their HTs, I don't know. I've never held one. and for the older radios, I don't really know. I don't think they're this. I know they're not the same because the 7100 had a basically an LCD screen and mono or black and white basically.
Well, that's interesting. Don says, and the 7100.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I used the 7100 and went to the menus once, I think. I used the 7000 once. I used the 7100 multiple times and only went to the menus once. And only used the 7000 once, and I don't think I went to the menu systems other than to change the band.
Trying to.
But yeah, I think ICOM radios are nice like that way, that they're consistency with the UI.
Oh, absolutely.
And truthfully, that would probably be, other than the new FX4CR, I would definitely, my next radio would be an ICOM. And I'm waiting to see. Like I told Ray that if I have the opportunity or need for the mobile unit, I'm gonna wait for the 5200. That'll be my next radio if I need to go mobile. But I definitely want to see what the X026 is, and I think that would be a possible replacement for maybe two of my radios.
Yeah, the X026, I want to see more before I really dedicate myself to it, shall we say?
Yeah, I was the same way last time with the FTX1 from Yaesu. I was like, yeah, I want that radio, and then it's like, well, here's like 3-4 different optional parts that you could pay another $300 for. I'm like, no.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, and then I waited to see. Well, when it came out in Tokyo Ham Fair in whatever August 2 years ago, there wasn't a lot of information. Just said optional pieces, so we had to wait for, I think, Orlando it was, to find out what the optional pieces were. And then once it was released, we knew the prices of the optional pieces, and they were like $270, $300, I think.
Right.
For like battery, or like the other battery, or the cooling fan and the tuner. The external tuner totally threw me. I'm like, what?
I really, and I'm rearranging the scene here as we go along.
Yeah.
I really don't know why they did the build a radio setup there. That's just the weird part.
I walked, like I said earlier, I was trying to say earlier, I walked in there with one specific question that I wanted to ask, and they were kind of busy talking. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I want to go. It was also like at the end of the day too, so I wasn't waiting around.
Well,
but
it also depends upon who you talk to at that booth.
But they were all talking to people, so I didn't want to wait around. And I just kind of walked in there looking at the radio. It's like, yeah. I was looking at, like, I've seen the 101 MP, and I think it's the 101D. And I was just looking at them, getting a good view of them, and reading the stuff on the signs they had of them. And I forgot that I think it was the MP is like the 200 watt version. And I've seen them. I think I saw them at HRO, or my HRO near me before. I can't remember if that was like the 5,000 and the 3,000. I don't remember. In an old Kenwood.
Right.
Old big ass $10,000 Kenwood. But yeah, and they did, even like System Fusion 3, I really don't care, because I don't even know if System Fusion 2 was ever out. I know that was like last year or the year before that, but I don't use it anymore. And the only time I use System Fusion is when I'm using a hotspot.
Right.
And that's like the fake Yaesu System Fusion stuff that's put together with bubblegum, matchsticks, toothpicks, and rubber bands.
Don says the only ICOM he wants is the 7851. That is an interesting one, absolutely. And then he goes, he has the 990S, great radio. Yeah, the 990S is how much again, Don? Let's think about that one.
I don't know all their brands, but they had like an RC, I think it was an RC 9000 or an 8000. and they had some mobile stuff or marine stuff. I was taking gander at 'cause I know they made. At one time, I didn't know they made mobile, and then I went to a Marines radios. I walked into a Marine store with a friend of mine. I walked over the radios and ICOM. I'm like, I didn't know they made that.
Yeah, only 4,000 for the 990S. Yeah, exactly.
Those radios with that like the high end contest radios or the serious amateur radio operator with the shack. That's awesome, but I think most people won't be buying those radios. And in ICOM and Yesa, they probably know that stuff. But
So, real quick, I'm going to keep it up live but silent above Jeff there, but this is Paul's premiere for the, it's a short little video, he said, for Dayton Hamvention of just photos.
Ray is okay. Walt.
Salty Walt.
I think some of these.
Oh, and there's
pictures I've
Bill in
seen-
the background.
Yeah, Jeremy. That was a friend of Jason's. Nice guy. I talked to him a lot.
Steve from
was
Alpha.
pretty Cool. I talked to Steve.
Josh.
Talked to him. I was on his stream Thursday night. I don't remember who that is.
Some faces familiar, some not so much.
Yeah. That I remember him. I saw him. He was at the Troll Pub. I can't remember his freaking name. Don't know who that is.
Bill.
Thanks for stopping by. There's me.
Yeah, there's Jeff. Jeff Fafa.
Jeff Fafa.
Oh, and that
Can't
was
see-
Michael in the background behind you. At that. Here, let's. Can I go back? Come on.
Go back a little bit more. A little bit more.
No, now we've gone too far. Let's see.
Um,
It was Bill, and then it was you.
Michael.
So this is Michael getting out in life.
Oh yeah. I talked to him a lot.
All right, now I hit live again.
Bob, he's a cool guy.
Caitlin,
Caitlin. She didn't talk much.
Mike.
Okay.
Mike. Jason, of course.
Yeah, that's at the campground. That's Jason's gazelle in the background.
Other Jason, smart Jason.
That's the RV that was next to them.
Alan,
Alan. Yep.
Robert. So if Paul's 6 foot, this should give you. There's Cooley.
Yep.
If Paul's 6 foot, this should give you a good idea of how tall or short people are.
That was Rory in the previous picture. He was a nice guy. We talked to him a bunch of times.
Levi.
Yep. Talked to him a lot. 4 days in May, I think that is.
Let's. Yeah.
That's 4 days in May. The guy's a DX engineering person behind that. That's TJ. I didn't talk to him.
There's Shannon.
Yep. Talked to her up there. Pepe. Betty and Dave. Betty's really cool. She's a really smart chick.
There's Chris.
Yep. That's the stand with the French fries.
Mike and
cheese.
Becky.
Yeah, they're great people.
Paul and 1OG. You got to get the Pauls together. That's Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked to him a bunch of times.
That's the
hanging
one
out?
we were talking about at the beginning of the stream.
Okay.
There's N2MAK Mike. Of course, Fawn and Julie.
Julie was a laugh. I love her.
Carlos. Oh, and it must almost be over. That was, almost over. James. PZN.
He's a busy man. I talked to him a few times. Yeah, Julie, I know from her videos. I don't watch their videos because they're always doing it when we're live streaming.
Right.
When we have video premieres. But in person, she's really, really funny. I love her energy. And Shannon from ABR has that same energy. And it was awesome talking to them.
That is fantastic. Yeah, I saw a lot of great people there in Paul's little video there, in the live streams, and the handful of videos that I've been able to watch since that have come out. Yeah, lots of fun. Let's see here.
Yeah, like I said before, I think everyone should go to one of these large ham fests. Either if you're in the U.S. or in Europe or in Japan. I'm sure there's some big ones in other countries, like in Australia or the UK. Well, Germany, you got the Radio Free Shop in there too.
Yeah,
But you should go to these large things and see the hams that you talk to in your country, or be like Pepe, come here. I'd love to meet you.
right.
I don't have a passport, so I'm not going overseas right now.
Yeah. Colin says Sing 2.0 on a few streams. He's a lot shorter than I thought. Might have to call him 1.5. Colin, I know he was leaning a little bit there with Paul in the photo, but consider it this way. Paul is 6 feet, right? No, I don't know if Paul came back into chat here or not, but Paul's 6 feet, and it looked like Jason was 5'7", 5'8", maybe.
No, I'm 5'8", and he was shorter than me. So I think he's like 5'5", 5'6". I never.
Okay.
I now if we talk about it, then we'll match each other up.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know he's Jason, and I'm like, I don't care if he's short.
Right.
But if we were talking about it and they were drinking, they want to say, I'm taller than you. No, I'm taller than you. Then yeah, we'll do it. But or if you could get a picture of us or be with us when we're standing next to each other, then yeah, you could do that.
Oh,
too.
Don has it. Paul was kneeling. That's why he looked about the same. Oh boy.
Prep him, Paul. Oh yeah, because he redirected to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a blast. We didn't bust on each other like that. Well, Rob tried to bust on me. Wednesday night we showed up to drop off our chairs. We just hung out. Jason has that little fire ammo box fire kit,
right?
Fire pit. And I'm sitting next to Rob. He lights up. They're all I don't know what the thing is with scars.
I don't get that either. You do, boo boo. That's how I think of it.
Yeah, I mean, I smoke cigarettes, used to at least. So I understand. It's either like you smoke a cigarette, cigar, or a pipe, or sometimes multiples.
Right.
But he goes, and the wind was blowing, and I'm like, I forgot to ask you. Do you mind if I'm smoking next to you? I'm like, no. So good, because I don't give a. I'm like, dude. But I know he's joking around.
Right.
It's cool. I didn't mind it. But I mean, I don't think we do bust on each other. They bust on Bill a lot, but Bill's a great guy. I love Bill. And I can't remember what he did to his arm. Oh, I think he had surgery.
Yeah, he had surgery on it.
But Bill was fun, and they caught him again sleeping.
Of course.
Another photo of him. Because they caught him at More Expo, and then they caught him again
during
Friday night.
During Rob's live on Friday night, he woke up. So
yeah,
let's hear.
Oh, he was doing it during the day too. Sometimes we caught him doing it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then the whole thing was every time we saw him, we would go like, "Thanks for stopping by." And he said, "Yeah, that's my thing." And we're like, well, and we were talked about like everyone has their thing, like how they say in videos and stuff like that.
Like
it's not bad.
Like I'm 73 and hold on, y'all. You know, and
yeah,
it's your catchphrase. That's what it is. Let's hear. Don says Jason is fun to hang out with. Both of them are.
Yes, they are. They are. You can have some great conversations with them, and I think a lot of them are like that. And if you didn't follow me on the Twitters or on the Instagrams, I was over at the Icon booth on Friday, and K Murder was talking to Ray, and they're having it wasn't an argument, but I think Ray was trying to sell him on the 5200, and I heard bits and pieces because there's a lot of noise and my ears are shot. Um, it sounded like Ray was schooling Mike about the ICOM radio. I know he some ICOM radios, but I think Ray was schooling him on probably on the 5200 and some features of it, I believe. But it was kind of funny to watch and then just go through it. And if you ever hang out with any of those guys, the conversations are not just like kind of like, yeah, how's the weather? Yeah, it's really good conversation.
It's in depth and informative. It's not your.
Yep.
It's not your. Well, yeah, I went to the doctor last week, and the doctor told me. No, you actually learn stuff, and you have fun, and it's a great conversation time for everyone.
Yeah,
And you know what Ray was probably doing? He was probably schooling Mike on APRS.
it probably was. And Ray did say that he does a lot of convincing to the ICOM people, to the engineers and stuff, because he brought them all this data. I can't remember what the data was, but APRS data, and he convinced them to put in APRS into the 5200.
It's about time.
Again, it's not going to be right off the bat.
Right.
It's going to be a firmware update.
But it's about
But
time they.
yeah, and there's still no price or no release date. So, and he's like us. He's just clueless sometimes. And I've seen this before with other people, other vendors. They're given like, hey, this is the product that's coming out, and have fun. So, before the show, they're playing with the product to find out what it does,
Right.
what it has in there, and it kind of sucks that these companies do that to their employees.
Now,
I can't remember the other companies I've seen it done to, but it might have just been ICOM again when Ray got when he was on the Kids channel with the Mark II.
yeah.
I don't remember, but he was learning the stuff as we were learning it at the same time. And
Yeah.
he mentioned that he said, "I don't know. I'll know when you guys know."
Yeah, he literally, but he's open and honest about that.
Yep. Yep.
And goes, hey,
a lot of
I don't
people-
know, but I can try and find out.
Now, to each their own, but a lot of people said the ICOM premiere was a disappointment. I'm like, I don't think it was a disappointment. I knew about the 5200, but now we know some more features that it has. People were able to play with it. People were able to see it mostly in action. And that the X50 or the X026, just a dummy unit. I knew there was going to be just a dummy unit there.
If that.
Why would they present the brand new radio, a working version of the radio, at Dayton in the U.S. before the Tokyo Ham Fair? Why?
So I want to get a
Japanese company, and that's where they're going to display a working model, or at least announce all features of it.
I want to get through some of these comments here. Colin Lee says 2.0 is sometimes referred to as the Tiny Texan. Lee, what do you mean sometimes? He is the Tiny Texan. Let's see here.
I like how we refer to it. They're both named Jason. There's Smart Jason, and then there's Short Jason.
Right.
And I was hanging out with another Jason, and I can't remember the nickname that we gave him because we talked about Jason, and that Jason KM4ACK was across the table, diagonally across the other table, and he was listening to us too. And we made some like he's another Jason. I can't remember what we called him.
And Paul says he definitely wasn't kneeling next to Rob. Yeah, no, not at all. Paul, I was commenting that you were possibly Jason was possibly just a smidge shorter than you, not as much as people were thinking, but yeah. Let's hear.
And Jason would be like, I can't show it here because the camera's not good enough, or far enough away. But I'm trying to balance this on my leg.
Right.
Jason here, or Paul would be here, and Jason would be like right underneath the screen. It's that much of a difference. Like I said, he's like 5'5" or 5'6", I believe.
And Don's right. The Texas crew's just good people. Absolutely.
Yes, all of those people from down in Texas. I didn't talk to Mike that much. MRD, he was with Caitlin, and he was with her and did a lot of stuff with her. I mean, he was at the dinners, and he was at the campground for a bit. But when I was there, he wasn't around that much. But it was cool. I mean, it's awesome for him. But like everyone else from Texas, like Jason, Paul, Rob, Jason's friend, Jeremy. Is it Jeremy? Now I'm freaking starting to forget. Jeremy.
I think so. That's the name I heard on All Star today. So.
Yeah, that's Jeremy. That's right. KB5UZD. I think Uniform Zulu Delta.
Sounds right.
Yeah, that's his call sign. Jeremy. Bill's kind of Texan sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Vern and Renee are great too. They're everyone. Actually, I was like everyone that I ran into. They're just all great people. But just because, like, again, we're just all amateur radio operators.
Paul says, yep, Jeremy. Paul also said the X026 announcement was just to start the hype and show us how big the unit was. So now I know it's not just dual band, it will have HF.
That was a big question. Ray said, asked people what they thought, and then he got like replacement for the 7000, the 701, the 706, 7100. If I said 701, I meant 7100.
Yeah.
And if people would say it's all, he would ask them, what do you think it is? Yes, Tokyo Ham Fair. He asked people, what do you think it's going to have? And people, or what is it going to be? And a lot of people, even me, said all band, and he goes, nope.
Because it won't have 220 and 900, and those are considered VHF, UHF as well.
And heaven forbid you say it's all band, and it's just VHF with 6, 2 meters, and 440. Heaven forbid you say all band and it's only that, because there's going to be some butthead that's going to have a hissy fit because you said it that way.
But that's why I think Ray clarified that in saying.
Well, but yeah, but saying that it's going to be all band, I think most people will know that it's going to be HF, either 80 or 160 all the way down to 6 or down to 10 plus 6 meters, 2 meters, and 440.
Exactly.
That's like, I believe, is the standard all band.
Don says, but I expected 23 Sims.
Sims? You mean centimeters?
Centimeters.
No. If they say like a UHF, VHF radio, isn't it 220 in there too?
Not always. Maybe for receive.
Well, no, not just for receive, but if you say this radio is VHF, UHF.
Well, then I have a 9700 over here that doesn't.
But where does 220 fall?
VHF.
What would you classify? But it's not all VHF then.
Because VHF is classified as 30 meg to 300 meg, so 220 would be VHF.
Yes, but if it doesn't have 220, it's not a fully VHF radio.
That is true.
But it's people that are anal about it and being picky about the phrasing. Like we all know, like I said, HF, VHF, UHF are all band.
Right.
We know that's got to be HF, VHF, UHF, and just like 160 through 10, 6, 2 meters, and 70 centimeters. We know that by default.
So
I think none of us competent people, and anyone that I met this weekend, would be the person that said, "Well, that doesn't have 220 in it, so it can't be a full band."
You,
Or
you
900 or whatever else.
you know who would say
We
that?
know that because we have common sense.
You know who would say that? The guy up in Minnesota.
I don't know who's in Minnesota,
I'll
but I
I'll
know a
have to
bunch.
tell you later. Chat knows. If you know, you know. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Colin says ICOM was a waste of time calling the X026 a premiere with all the hype it got for a box.
Well,
Agreed
the
and
big
disagreed.
premiere, yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I think the premiere was really for the 5200. Um, both things were underneath, if I believe correctly, if I remember correctly, that is, we're both under a blanket
Right.
thingamajiggy. But they gave us. Hey, what's up? Will I be uploading a fest videos? I didn't do that many videos. I did more pictures, but you might miss it earlier that I'm not a big picture taker. I probably should learn to be a picture taker and a selfie taker. I don't know.
Jeff was
And I
more
forget where I
there
was
for
going.
the camaraderie than anything else.
Yeah, I'm big into to being around people and stuff. But what was I saying before I got distracted?
We were talking about the premiere of the X026 and
Oh yes, I think the big premiere was the 5200, and then everyone's going like, "What's under the box?" Because you can see the covering was
Right.
it's over a box.
See you, Dawn. Have a
And
great
I knew
evening.
that and because I did see the box there, I did know it's going to be a dummy radio.
Right. See you, Dawn. Have a great evening. Thanks for hanging
Later,
out.
Don.
Lee
But
had a good
because I,
Lee had a good
but
point in
because
here. 220 is only U.S., so Japanese company wouldn't do it much. That's
yes,
probably why.
but then, like I said, you get those buttheads that say that they're picky about it. Well, you said all band, and all band is all bands. Oh, freaking shut up! But there are people out there that are like that specific about it, and they're special.
Oh yeah.
But because I did see the box, I knew. You know, I had the feeling that they're going to mention the radio because they came out like with the images like last week, I think it was. And I knew they're going to have it there, and I knew they're going to have a dummy unit there. Basically, a dummy unit is like a 3D printed
Right.
display image, basically. And I knew that that's what it was going to be. And because of that, I knew they were going to have no information on it. And I didn't have my hopes up for a brand new radio, this X026, that would be able to be a working, touchable model. I knew it because why would they hype up something in an image beforehand with zero information except the hint of two different types of antennas on a car?
Maybe they're looking.
That's the only information. That's why everyone is saying all mode or all band. So it's going to be HF with 2 meters and 440. There you have, and 6 meters, hopefully 6 meters too.
So here's my speculation on it, and not having been there, and it's just a mock-up at this point. Maybe ICOM has an idea of what they want, but they want to actually take user feedback this time and create something that the users want. Maybe I'm being hopeful. Maybe I'm.
Well, Ray has actually. I saw someone else come up to him, and somehow they talked, and the guy gave Ray like a suggestion for something with the radios, and it got implemented. And I don't remember what it was. I think they've been taking Ray's feedback from the customers. Ray talks to a lot of people,
Right.
and because of a lot of feedback that he gets, that he brings that back to the ICOM engineers or whoever his bosses are, and they make those changes in those implementations into the radios. I think they have a very good idea of what's going in there because then If they did not know anything of what would be going in there, then why would they put out that image with two antennas? So again, it's going to be HF, and you can call HF whatever you want, and UHF, VHF.
Exactly.
And it's going to, and because of the car, it's going to be most likely it's going to be a radio you can mount into a car. So that will be small form factor. And of course, you saw the image or the pictures and the videos of the actual radio. How everything else is going to turn out, no one really knows, and I don't even know if Ray knows.
I don't think Ray knows. I mean, as I said, I think they provided a mock-up and they provided the video to offer suggestions of, oh, hey, maybe this is me thinking as ICOM, if this were how ICOM were thinking. We want to make a radio, and we want to make it good for the people. Let's put out this video showing a mock-up of a radio with multiple antennas, and then show this mock-up in person and see what the people bring to the table. Do they say they want X, Y, and Z? And can we do this?
Yeah. With all the information that Ray got from people this weekend, I am sure he's going to go back and say, hey, this is the information I got from everyone at the show. 7,000, 7,100, 706, all mode, all band, whatever. He's going to take that back to those people, and they're going to say, well, yes, that's what we plan. And we'll go from there. And maybe they'll take some of the suggestions. I don't know if it's... I wouldn't call it replacement for like the 7,000 or 7,100, although 7,000 has been discontinued. A replacement I would consider something that they will stop producing and then pull out a new radio to literally replace it.
Exactly. Paul says he's going to call it first, the FTX1 killer. Paul, didn't we discuss that already?
I hate that term, the X killer, like the iPhone killer, I can't think of the cell phone killer with mesh. I hate that. I freaking hate it because it never is.
Exactly.
I wouldn't call it. Well, yeah, it's going to be one. In the fact that it's going to probably do the same thing as the FTX one with all band, VHF, UHF, and yes, and that does include 6 meters. But it's going to be, I think it's going to be 100 watts.
See you, Chris. Have a good evening.
Later, Chris. See ya. I think it's going to be 100 watts, and that's the only reason why I'll say it's going to be an FTX1. I'll agree with Paul that it's going to be an FTX1 killer. I would not use that terminology normally because I'm just not a fan of it. Because most of the time it's used incorrectly. In this instance, it's actually being used correctly because why would I buy that radio from Yaesu when I could get 100 watts from ICOM?
Exactly. Colin, plug a battery onto the back of the X026. I don't think so. Colin, how about putting the X026 control head as the 705 with like the Optima add-on that the FTX has?
Maybe it's like a 705. I was going to say killer, but like a 100 watt 705 with the detachable face. And yes, there would be nothing on the back, no optional pieces on the back to connect to it because it's like the 7100. I mean, because it's a separate head unit from the body. So that's why people are saying it's the 7,000 or 7100 replacement. I mean, yeah, you can call it that. It's probably gonna have the same UI and the color screen and nice graphics as the 705. So I kind of go in that way, but I'm gonna say it's gonna have like their standard power plug, whatever that is. Gonna have a radio, ICOM radio.
Paul, yeah, it's not going to nickel and dime you for GPS, Bluetooth, and all that.
Yes, that was like I mentioned it earlier that because they had the added the when they came out for the Tokyo Ham Fair with that radio, they said there could be optional components for it. And I'm like, what kind of optional components? Of course, we didn't have any information until a few months later, where it's like, oh yeah, it has a cooling fan and a tuner, an external tuner that you have to buy also.
Which doesn't work
And
well.
yeah, it's only like a 1 to 3, so it's like the internal tuner of their other radios. And the fan, the tuner, there's a battery pack too. Was that the other
Yeah.
piece? I forget. But and then like the GPS is $50 or so like that. That's like another $50 there, and 300 for the other pieces. And just from the videos that I saw of the radio, it was I think it was poorly designed in the fact with the connectors in the back.
Yeah, that
and
one was a
why
little.
they had some of them. And Paul, I don't blame you for selling yours. MRD sold his. Well, kind of sold it. He traded it basically.
Yeah.
Um, it'd be a hybrid. That's exactly right there. It's going to be a hybrid of the 705 and the 7100.
I was going to say Matt has it right on, if anything, that would be it right there.
Yeah, definitely.
But, of course, this is all speculation until Tokyo at the end of August.
Yes, and I think we'll see either a lit up screen for the display unit, and it wouldn't be a functional one. Like the one for the FTX one when they were there, it's just like graphics on there or something or whatever. It wasn't real, but they made it look real. And I think they'll probably do the same for Tokyo Ham Fest, but they'll have a lot more information on the radio's capabilities.
Absolutely. I suspect, this is just frank speculation here, I suspect based on what Ray takes back to ICOM and what ICOM might already have brewing in the pot of electronics, I suspect sometime between now and Tokyo, we will see an update from ICOM on the X026.
Excuse me. Yeah, I think we will. It depends on what they've already planned and what Ray's bringing to them, and how they're gonna interpret that information. They might already have the image in their head of what this radio is going to do and what it's going to be.
Oh, they definitely already have that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. And then Ray's gonna say, "This is what everyone thinks." Now, some of those things will be incorrect. Some of them will be correct. Most of them will be a combination of all of that. But we won't know. And I don't like to speculate. But I mean, that's what I've said. That's what it's probably going to be, something like around a hybrid of the 705 and the 7100. But at least that with this, there's actually better evidence or better data to speculate on, other than speculating like, oh, the next iPhone is going to it's going to fold in half. It's like, yeah, you're pulling that out of your rear end. Shut up and go stick your head in the
it's my fault, but I can't hear you. Hold on a second. My in-ears finally died. They take 2 AA's, and that's why I always keep 2 on my desk ready to go. And now we're back.
I heard something about the SST. Well, I heard from Todd about SSTV. Todd bought a model CubeSat and was be able to transmit SSTV through it, so that was pretty cool. But I didn't see them showing off SST images, TV images. I could be wrong. I could just not have seen either photos or videos of it.
I would think the screen's too small for that.
the screen's actually kind of big, but still, it's better than like the older cell phones with the little tiny screens.
Yeah.
Uh, it's I forget what it's going to be. I think it was. I'm just pulling this out of my rear end. 4 inches, I think it was. Maybe it's like 4.5. I don't remember. I didn't measure it. Oh wait, someone did measure it. 3.9. I could be wrong. I don't know. As I want to say, it's something. I forget, but someone measured it.
Okay.
But I can't remember what it is. But I think if it pops up, I'm sure it would be full screen. It would look fine.
Right.
You probably have like click on image to see it or something like a button's image, and you click on that button, it's gonna pop it up full screen. Then you click it again, tap it again, it's gonna go back down to minimize itself or whatever it was. Again, I haven't seen the SSTV stuff on there. Again, it could be the fact that I haven't seen the videos or photos of it yet. Again, from morning until nighttime, I was out doing stuff and did not look at everything that was being populated on the YouTubes.
That, and you were walking around doing so much anyway that it wasn't.
Yeah, that's why I said. I mean, we were walking around all day. I didn't have time to sit down and start watching videos of what people were putting out from the Hamfest. I caught pictures like just through like Instagram and the Twitters of what I saw of people doing it. I mean, I was putting out pictures on both, mostly on Instagram though. Well, both, yes, but mostly on Instagram. I'm going to correct that. I'm a great English speaker, talker person.
Many words make few talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, again, I haven't seen it all. I don't know who all put out videos. Josh was doing live streams. Paul did some live streams. I think Jason might have done some. I think everyone might have done a live stream, at least one. I know Josh did multiple ones, but
I don't.
and other people put out videos. Ham Shack TV. Josh put out at least one video. Paul put out this video. N2MAK Mike put out a video of his little thing that he talked to everyone about as like his one question. I was gonna do a one question thing, or is it gonna be a 2 question thing, and I was gonna combine it all. But I said that's kind of hokey, the way what I wanted to do. But it might have been funny too.
I don't think Jason 2.0 did any live streaming while they were there. I know Rob did.
Yeah.
Digital Rancher.
Yes, he did his Friday night live stream from the campground.
Yeah.
We did watch a little bit of it, and then apparently somewhere, and I forget where, fiber got cut. So we lost internet. We lost internet, but not cell service. So the stream just kind of stopped, and we just kind of went on with doing other stuff. But Tim figured it out because through his work, he was able to find out.
Not bad. Did you see? Because I know you haven't watched videos yet or anything. Did you see Josh Ham Shack TV walking around the fairgrounds? I guess it was yesterday.
I saw him yesterday. I think I saw him this morning. I could be wrong.
Did you see him during his 1 hour video walk around?
No, I don't think so.
So, a week ago Thursday, not this past Thursday, but a week ago Thursday, the gauntlet was thrown down that if he reached $1,000 in super chats,
yes, I heard about that. I did not see him do that. Apparently, there is video.
He now, as of I think 12 hours ago now, or maybe a little longer than that now, his 1 hour long video is up, and it is a good watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. N3WER. Pink is right.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because we found out about, I guess, last night at the Troll Pub. Like he said, yes, he did it, and I was like, well, I'll have to watch it. So, yeah, if that's the way that you want to, well, I forget what it was for some kind of support to get donations or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah,
members or
he got
super chats or whatever they were.
he got $1,000 in super chats. He would walk
Okay.
around for an hour in a pink tutu.
Hey, that's awesome. If he can get people to do that for his channel, that's awesome. I couldn't do that. I'm not a big person or the kind of person that likes to ask for stuff. I like to work to get the stuff that I have. So I'll mention that if you want to help support me, there's numerous ways down below. Um, if you want to support me, but I'm not. And it's plus the fact that I don't do live streams,
Right.
and that's really where they come from. Or from like premieres, like through the live chat. But I'm fine with that, and I'd like to live stream sometime, but I'm not that one to do it.
Well,
But
there,
that's kind of like you tell people like this is kind of like how like the TI marathon or telethons were like, hey, if you give us like if we get to like $1,000, like when you first start, when we get to $1,000, I'll put in another $1,000, something like that. Or
right.
and we were doing that. I'll say it was last summer or last fall when we were doing stuff for Steve and the TI. But yeah, I mean, if you could say, hey, if I get $1,000, I'll put on a pink tutu. But tell you the truth, that was my channel. I mean, my channel. Josh can do whatever he wants if he's going to do it, but I would not put on a pink tutu for any amount of money,
So I
unless it was like $1 billion, because then I could live comfortably for the rest of my life.
right. Okay, apparently I can't do it on my own channel. Let me go to another channel. I was going to bring something up here, and of course now that browser source is completely frozen. There is a way, and I'll have to do this. I'll have to do that part later. There is a way for folks, if you guys don't know this, on videos, on replays of live streams, uh, the long form stuff, not shorts, but the videos and the live streams. There's a button there down by the thumbs up and all that, where like and subscribe and all that. There's a super thanks button if the creator has enabled that, where you don't have to be on a live stream to show your support on YouTube. You can click that super thanks button, and it's the same as a super chat, but it's showing your financial like for that video. It's the same thing as a super chat, just in a non-live stream format. So there is always that for people to do. That's why on my overnight banner that I usually have scrolling like this right here, it says
Mm-hmm.
super chat / thanks are enabled, so that people know that. Colin said,
I think I would think that most people would know that because if they use YouTube, that they know the buttons that are there, and if they're there, they would use them if they want to. If they don't want to use them, they won't use them.
exactly. Colin said, I think anyone would do that for $1,000. Can't believe people actually paid." So, Colin, Mesh Dealer Dave was on the live stream and forked over $350 as a super chat live. He literally pulled out his wallet and went, "How much do you need to make this happen?" and pulled out $350 and
Hey,
handed it
Colin.
to Josh.
Yeah, people will do that. We're all helping out each other, so even like for the TI Institute things, people were doing that kind of thing. Like, hey, you give $100, I'll give $100 too. But that was for a good cause. And if people think that donating money to a channel itself, not like the Teachers Institute, but to the channel, to get the content creator to do something a little wacky, a little nutty kind of thing, nothing dangerous, but like wearing
Right.
the pink tutu, wearing a dress, wearing a wig, any kind of wig.
Yeah.
we're supporting him. He says, "I'll do that if you give me X amount of money." Again, I'm not the kind of person to do that. Um, but hey, if you want to, if people want to pay to help support the person to get them to do something embarrassing, I guess you would call it, then
Or
no,
hilarious.
yeah.
So N3WER says the first person that gave stink face was a guy from Pennsylvania. Pro- yeah, okay, probably. Uh, Matt says,
Well, I can tell you one thing that Josh was not the only person at the show wearing a tutu.
"Oh, I'm no surprise there. I know there were kilts all about too, um, but those aren't tutus. But still, yeah,
No, those are kilts,
yeah,
and I wore a kilt once. Once, um, I wore a kilt for my best friend's first wedding. Um, but yeah, a kilt's a kilt, and there's like the tactical kilt, the handyman kilt, and just like the everyday kilt. So hey, if you're Scottish or Irish and you have the need or the want to wear a kilt, commando or non-commando, then hey, go for it.
exactly." And Matt said one of the things I figured out about YouTube: don't challenge the viewers. Matt, that is
Yeah,
true to a degree. Sometimes you can challenge the viewers and nothing happens. Uh,
that's what Josh did. He challenged the viewers like, "Hey, if you guys give me X amount of money, or we get to this level, I will do this thing for you." And if hey, if the content creators want to do that, more power to them. And if their users do that, or his viewers do that for him, more power to them.
exactly.
I wish he would do it for me, but it's all good. We're all supporting each other, and I am having loads of fun.
Well, we have gone for almost 3 hours here. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, one, for offering to come on, and two, coming on, Jeff. That much appreciated.
You're welcome.
And 73 N3WER, thanks for stopping by and having fun hanging out. Uh,
See you.
my overnight live stream technically starts in 13 minutes, so we're actually going to wind this down here. You got any fun closing thoughts for Hamvention?
Definitely, I think everyone should go um, at least once to experience it. I always said that everyone should go once, and then I said I wanted to go. I had the opportunity to, and I had a blast. It was very painful, physically painful for me, but I kind of got a little bit soft with working remote, so that's my issue I have to deal with. But I kind of I know what to prepare for the next time I come here. Again, this is more. It's easier for me to come to Dayton than it is to go to Huntsville or Orlando. You could say, oh, why don't you fly? It's like I hate flying. I hate going through the process of flying, going through the TSA, all that stuff, and then you get the wackos on there. Later, Colin.
Colin,
Um,
funny.
the wackos that at the airport that have to start arguments for stupid reasons, either on the plane or in the terminal. I just do not want to deal with that because other than from being sick, I get nervous when I like travel by plane for some reason. I love flying. I love being up in the air and seeing all the geological stuff at the bottom. I just hate like I guess I get nervous or anxious about it or something like that. But I would just and if I was trying to get to Hamvention and some crazy lady was having a fit on the plane, I would definitely go up to her, tell her to, or the person, tell them to STFU.
Right.
Either do that or get off the plane. I need to get somewhere. If you're gonna and if you're gonna prevent me from getting somewhere where when I need to be there, there's gonna be a world of hurt somewhere around here. So
Absolutely.
I and the fact that I almost died twice today, almost got hit. I wouldn't say died. I had a small car try to merge into my lane, into me, and then I had a tractor trailer do it.
So you
Freaking
had
people.
you had issues coming and going, it sounds like.
Yeah, the at least the ones coming were the financial one, and the coming back was it could have been an accident waiting to happen, basically, kind of saying. So, yeah, but everyone should go to Hamvention, and or at least one of the big three. If you're close to one, it's easier to drive to. I understand that. If you don't want like to fly like me, then go to the closest one.
Absolutely.
If you like to fly or like to drive long distances, then hey, do it. I've driven this distance before, and I've driven the Huntsville distance before in a little bit semi different direction. I made a turn instead of going straight. It's a multi-day thing. I decided to make this one a multi-day thing because I didn't want to get stressed out by driving all in one day. I could do it, or could have done it by taking long breaks too, but I said, why am I going to stress out and try to get there at a certain time all in one day when I just relax, leisurely drive there?
Right. I will say this. The train is always an option, especially if you work remote.
Yeah. I've seen a few people. I remember drawing a freaking blank.
Oh, wait. While you draw that blank, Mike, aka Kevin, just came in chat. What the hell is this?
What's up, Mike?
Mike, who is the Scottish guy?
What was his freaking call sign or his name?
I sent you a message hours ago. Oh, 2 hours ago. What was the Scottish guy's name or call sign? Because Jeff was telling us the story about that, and he said you would remember the info.
Well, he was also drinking MBY. All right. Let me look that up so I could give the information, but everyone can look it up on QRZ if they want to. Whiskey 3 MBY.
And
I was right about the W3.
And Mike, what the hell is this? This is the end of a fun Q&A with Jeff, because Jeff wanted to come on last minute, and
it's not coming up.
Wimby, he thinks. I guess that's the name. Maybe the call sign's not in the database yet.
No, it's a 1x3, so it should be because it's a vanity. That's Edward. No, that's not the right person.
But
that's someone.
But yeah, so Mike, I asked Jason and Frank and Paul, the usual Sunday streamers, if they were planning anything, and none of them were, because Jason's overnighting in St. Louis. Frank and Paul are probably at home. Well, I know Paul's at home. Frank's probably at home by now. And so I was like, cool, mind if I take the spot? And they said, no problem. So I took the spot, and shortly before showtime, Jeff was like, hey, if you need a guest, I'm open. So we've just been sitting here talking about all things Hamvention, ham radio, ham everything, and having fun. And we're just at the wrap-up stage as you come in.
Mike, you were drunk. I don't think you're going to remember. You may not have been super drunk. Might have been a little bit.
Mike says he couldn't think of what day it is. It's Sunday.
Today's Sunday, yeah. Mike, I saw you activate while we were on the stream, Mammoth Caves, Big Mammoth Cave, or whatever it's called. And we're like, Frank was surprised you got to Kentucky that quick, but I don't think it's that big of a drive. I'm not looking at a map, and I'm too tired.
But
I gotta find out that guy's. I gotta figure out that guy's information because I want to. I don't know what I want to do, but I think he said he's in. He said he's in Maryland, but I don't remember where in Maryland. I want to say Baltimore, but that could be someone else.
You want to put him in your ham alert. That's what it is.
I don't know if he's going to be doing POTA or anything like that, but just so I knew his name and I could tell the story.
It was about 4 hours. What was about 4 hours, Mike? Oh, 4 hours drive time. Okay. I had to think about that for a second. Jeff, what do you got coming up on your channel?
Well, I got like 4 videos that I need to edit and put out. One, I need to film the next video that I film other than these two that I did, West Virginia and Ohio activations. I need to film a video about different antennas. One, at least a video about a different antenna. And then I've been buying some different antennas. I need to start using them and making videos about them. So, hey, look, I'm doing something different, folks.
Awesome. Mike says he was with Bob and Poto Boy. They'll be live tomorrow night, probably. Okay.
I'll have to message Poto Boy somewhere. I don't know if I have. I don't think I know if they're on social media. Wait, which Bob? Oh, that Bob. Okay, I know who you're talking about now. I will have to. I have to reach out to them through their channel because I get their call signs and then message them or email them to get it. I know what you're talking about now. And live streaming tomorrow, I remember the CQ Poda crew, was it, or CQ Poda live stream? That's what it was. I think it was.
Fantastic.
Cool, but yeah, I have to get those videos worked. I have to record that one. I hate to do it, but I hate to freaking edit a video like from say like May or June instead of the ones that are in March and April.
Fair enough.
I hate to do it, but I might have to. I like having my things chronologically. It's my OCD.
Your CDO? Yeah, I get it.
Yep.
All right. Well, before I hit that outro button, let me come back up here. And now Jeff is off screen for a minute. Folks, stick around. This will automatically dump you to my overnight live stream if you wish to watch that or leave it on in the background. The watch hours always help. And hey, you might even hear something fun. HF sometimes works, sometimes doesn't here. You never know. Tomorrow night for Mondays, T.O. has said he's not going live. So there'll be no nuggets tomorrow. So stick around for Tuesday with Ham Radio Clubhouse. Until then, 73 and Pod on, y'all.